Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast coming up next. We got interview with special guest Willie Finesse. The champ is here. We gonna talk that talk coming up next.
Strength powerhouse, dangerous slam, surgical, can't repair once I break every limb. The general, which ring you prefer, I defend, cause the ruler always prays on the food in his hand. I'm telling you, fam, my entourage is definitely stacked. Don Callis, I'm related to every wolf in my pack. Diesel like Shaq, I'm always outside for the script.
This is the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast, your home for real pro wrestling talk.
Soon, Bang Out Club will meet their fate. We have a secret weapon. Someone from Lisa Bang Out's past, just in case she tries to get involved in our business. Meet our insurance policy.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, we the champs. Thanks for listening. We gone.
You want the best? You're looking at her. This ain't just a sport, it's a lifestyle. Welcome to the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast. We are the champions of wrestling talk.
Please stand by.
Now, here's your host for Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast, the insightful S. Scott Bars, wrestling media in the dynamic salute, Darkwing Dub. Tonight's special guest is Willie Finesse. Stay tuned.
We back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell for more content. Special guests! Please introduce yourself to the audience.
The WWA champion, the hit maker, the man of 1,000 graps. Willie Finesse, it's me.
Yeah, let's give that a round of applause. And put them horns too. Well, that's not the horn. There we go.
The Don DeMarco.
Yeah, the Don DeMarco. Yeah, question before we get started. You do music?
Yeah, I dabble in it, but like I never really dropped nothing crazy. But I used to battle rap a lot, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. So did I. I retired though. I retired from battle
Yeah, me
rap.
too.
It's because he old, bro. It's because he old. That's why he retired.
Oh man.
But technically, I'm old too. People just wouldn't believe it if I told you. I'm almost 40, so.
Oh,
This dude's 50 though.
This guy. Nah, 50 wish it looks this good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I'm 50, I claim it. You know what I'm saying? But
Don't mind the noise in the background. My little boy back there having his own WWE match.
Hey, that's dope. Hey, it's part of the game. We got kids. I got one coming Tuesday, so.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Boy or girl?
It's a boy.
Wow, congratulations, man. A young king about to be born, man. That's what's up, man. Blessings, man.
Thank you.
Blessings. So, how we usually go about it is my bro will start off with the icebreaker as far as the questions, and then I'll tag in as needed. We're gonna have some fun. So take it away, bro.
Yeah, we always have fun doing this stuff. I mean, this is something that okay, just so you're aware, we actually just started doing this show May or June of last year. So we haven't even reached a full year yet. And our very first interview was none other than the Pope, Elijah Burke. And that was a lot of fun. So we just been building on it, and man, we appreciate you getting back with us through the email, getting this all set up. We're looking forward to this.
No, I appreciate y'all. Y'all real professional how y'all do it too. Like y'all sent the email. I said they gonna send it exactly at 8:30. I know they are. I know they ain't gonna be late. Just about so I like the professionalism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate that.
man,
Appreciate that.
we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
So it's just real quick. Do you have like an athletic background? You play any sports in high school or college, anything like that?
I always played basketball, football. Even like growing up, I played baseball. I played semi-pro football. But
Okay.
Okay.
ironically, all that got connected through my dad, who I don't fool with. So I always got compared to him. So that's kind of how my love for wrestling came about. So because you know it ain't connected to him.
I feel that. Mine is actually the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like I got involved in sports in spite of him, but he's the reason why I actually not involved, but got heavily into professional wrestling, like watching it Mondays and Tuesday, Wednesday for AEW, and Friday for SmackDown. So that's on him. But the reason why I got into sports was in spite of him, because just like you said, I ain't got a relationship with mines either.
Oh, that's crazy how we got the reverse effect there.
Right. So, what was it that got you involved in professional wrestling?
I always like to start or like just love wrestling in general.
Both.
Well, to literally it was the my dad. I'm trying to make this short. My dad had came to my school. This is when everything really fell apart. He came to my school on a Monday. I was in middle school, and he came and told me that my parents was getting a divorce, and it like ruined me. It ruined me. Like even as a kid, it ruined me. I was like, I stayed in school the rest of that day. I didn't talk no more. I went home. I didn't talk. My mom ordered my favorite pizza because she knew that's what we liked. I didn't eat it, and the only thing that made me smile was when the Raw came on. Like so, that always kind of was my little escape. So that's when I really knew I always loved wrestling, but that's when I knew I was in love with it. That's when I knew that this is something different. And it's never accessible from where I'm from in Madisonville, Kentucky. And so one time I had WWA had came the same place that came locally to Madisonville where I'm from, and I went and seen it. I was like, no, this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So I kept going to shows until I, got in touch with the boss, like, hey, I really want to do this. And now we here. So
Oh, that's fire. That's fire that you just kept on going to shows and then. So, how was it? Who'd you train with?
I trained with Chris Waddell, uh, his brother Ray Waddell. They the one who trained. Like, but I did little minor train. I don't know if y'all have heard of them, but it's my brother still, man, Myron Reed. Me and
Hmm.
him was training. Me, him, and a couple of our friends. We used to train in one of our homies' backyards in Owensboro, Kentucky, and stuff like that. But like the really get me prepped for wrestling was for sure the WWA. It was Chris Waddell and like everybody that works there.
That's what's up. So you didn't really go to a like one of these bigger wrestling schools like LeBron Cozone School and Seth Rollins School and stuff like that.
Mm-mm. No, I just usually, man, I just used to watch wrestling and I knew I was different because I would look at wrestling and I would study it. I would be like, man, Jeff Hardy, when he does this move, he lands like, so I was like already mastering bumps and I never even realized it. You know what I'm saying? So like when I went there, when I went to my training, like it wasn't easy, but it was easy.
So I like this is one of my favorite questions because everybody's answer is different. How was it when you took your first bump?
It sucked because the feeling and especially running the ropes is probably the worst. Running the ropes is the worst thing ever. Still to this day is terrible. But like I felt good. I felt like I was like where I wanted to be. So like no matter like I actually loved it. I fell in the first training day. I fell in love with it. First day, it sucked, but I loved it. I loved every second of it, and still do.
That man said he loved pain.
It's something about it, bruh. it's something about it. It's like when you can have whatever pent up anger, aggression, feelings, you know what I'm saying, that you've been harboring for years. But it's like every week, like especially tomorrow, every time I go and wrestle, it frees it. I don't know. That's really my escape. That's really where, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I'm at my best besides being a father. So like I just love it.
How long total? How many years total have you been in the business?
11 right now.
Oh wow.
Okay, okay. I never would have guessed it, honestly. First off, you told us how old you are. I'm not going to say it on the show. I'll let you say if you want to, but
I'm
you don't look the
39.
age that you 39.
Hmm.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was gonna let him say, but you don't look that
They
age,
say
man.
that in WWE. No, they trip about this in WWE because I'm almost like the second oldest person to wrestle there. And they're like, bro, there's no way you're 40 and you're moving like this and you're, bro. It's just, man. You know what they say, man. Black don't crack, man. Yeah, it don't
Mm-hmm.
crack.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Especially
y'all.
us
Y'all
light
look young
skinned
as hell
dudes.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
don't
he
close the
always get on to
refrigerator
me
with my
because he
hips.
older than me. He older than me, but I got the gray hair on my chin and stuff. He always giving me a hard time.
I got a
Yeah.
little bit, but it ain't nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But for real though, they black don't crack. I mean, I get people
It
all the
don't.
time that say, "How old are you?" I say, "Oh, I'm 40." They was like, "Really?" I would have guessed you were like in your early 30s. I'm like, "Nah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of the 30s. I'm 40 now." And it was like, "That's
Yeah,
what's
they was
up."
thinking I'm like 27. I'm like, no, I wish.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I thought you were in your mid 20s.
Yeah, a lot of people think that, but no, we about to be 40 this year. It's almost over
Wow.
with.
Wow. Well, you
Heck
know what they
yeah.
say when you hit the 4-0, you hit the 4-0, you know. So I hope you got the beetroot and the ginger and the pineapples and all them lined up, cause whew, boy, you hit that 40, boy. You hit that 40, you gotta have them juices and berries on deck. You know what I'm saying, to kill that inflammation, especially in the craft that you're in, like for real, cause it, that's when they say you start to feel it. But I don't think you'll have that big of an issue. You know what I'm saying? You more leaner with your physique or whatever. So that's why I wanted to say, what would you consider your wrestling style?
Uh, I I really don't. I don't know if I really have a style because I don't do much. Like I do great moves, but I don't do much. I really rely on whatever style the Rock is. I more rely on my charisma and my, you know what I'm saying, the actual entertainment value and just selling in general. Like I don't really have like a crazy move set.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a five moves of doom guy, if that's what they call it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what I don't know what style. I think it's more unorthodox, if I would say anything, because it
Okay.
depends on who I'm in the ring with like what I present.
Okay. So you more of a how you say, you're more of a would you say you're more of a showman when it
For
comes to your,
sure.
okay. Okay. All right. All right. I just felt like asking that because when I watched some of your film, tapes, and then I was looking, I was like, well, you know what style, because I seen you do different variations of things. So I really couldn't pinpoint if you were a cruiserweight, if you were teeter tottering on the heavyweight side. I really couldn't pinpoint, because most of the time, where as cruiserweight, you're doing a lot of high flying stuff, more acrobatic moves, but at the same time, as a heavyweight, you're doing more like big man type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Power slams, clotheslines, you know what I mean? Stiff arm, European chop, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So like that's kind of like what I was thinking. But now that you said that, then yeah, I understand or whatever. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, Dub. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. You good. So with that being said, can you cut a promo on the fly?
I can cut a promo at any time because a wise man once said, everybody can say what they're going to do till it's time to actually do it. And you know what really grinds my gears? No, here's one better. You know what really scuffs my Timbs? Is when people
Yeah.
run around here and they talk about they're good. I don't care to be good because that's not good enough. And see, somebody like me, I'm not here to be great. I'm here to be the greatest of all time because there's only one hit maker. There's only one man of 1,000 graps, and there's only one WWA champion, and his name is Willie Finesse. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. Let's give that a yeah, yeah.
I didn't have a
Yeah. I
place to
like
sell or nothing like that, but I sold you my name.
that's all right, man. That's all right. That's all right there. And you could feel like the showmanship in it because he says he's a showman. You could feel the showmanship without even being in an arena or a ring. So that's how we know. That's how you could tell somebody has really, really put in the work to master his own promo style. You can tell that you've put in the work to master your promo style.
And I actually cheated to do that. Like when it comes to promos, like in even being able to like go live and have a microphone, I kind of cheated ahead of the people that were in the WWA because I battle rapped. And I always knew in my heart before I battled, like I was a battle rapper before I was a wrestler, and I always knew in my heart that I was going to be a wrestler. Always knew. So you said you used to watch battle rap, right? Or you used to battle rap yourself. So you got a promo to sell the match. You got to do all. I used to cut promos, and like I would be serious, but I would be cutting them just like I was a wrestler, just to get people in the building. And I always used to use that. And then, you when you're battle rapping, you learn your timing, you learn crowd control, you learn like how to pop different people when, especially when I've never battle rapped in my hometown. I'm always in somebody else's hometown. So you got to learn how to get over with certain people. So I try to always figure that out. I realize I'm gonna have white people in the building, black people in the building. There's gonna be old folks in the building. There's gonna be kids in the building, and you got to make all of them understand at one time. So I try to always use that.
Yeah, you gotta be able to read the room. That's what I would call it. Like, you gotta be able to read the room and understand the atmosphere, your surroundings. When I first started battling, I wasn't really good at that. I would just come in with the bars, and then and that was it. And then if they felt them, they felt them. And then after like I would say my first 4 wins, I noticed that didn't work no more. That wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? It was starting to become robotic. You understand? So I had to switch it up and add that performance into it. You know what I'm saying? So I started studying, people that were real good at performing, like Hitman Holla, uh, one of my favorites, besides Loaded Lux was always Averb. Averb is like one of my favorites. So I started studying people like that. I started watching films and how, what I'm saying, their mannerisms and what they did, and from there, like, that's when I kind of like, find my own niche as far as like my performance style, you know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, I get it. The hardest crowd though that that was hard for me to get over on was Philly. Philly crowd is rough.
They
Like,
don't play.
they do not. They do not. I got on that stage and I was cooking. And then the minute, and the guy that I battled, clearly I was a better rapper. Clearly, like 110%, way better than this guy. But because this guy had just a tad bit of a better performance than me, like he was like well seasoned, That's what got him over the hump. I would say as far as his performance, he won. But as far as the bars, like I clearly was a better lyricist than him. But you know what I mean? It just goes to show you he was on his home turf. He was comfortable, and he knew exactly what how to, like, you know what I'm saying, wow everybody with the most simplest stuff. You know, and you could connect that to wrestling because you don't have to be a technical wizard or what a spot, what they call them, spot monkey or
Spot.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to be that way to get over with the crowd. It's the simplest things you could do, and the crowd will just pop off for it. So I get it 110%. I understand totally what you're
I tell
saying.
people that all the time. I tell them, man, especially on my TikTok lives, people think that, like, to me, when they be like, man, so and so is a better professional wrestler than Jay Uso. They'll be like, I don't know, Ilya Dragunov is a better professional wrestler. No, he's not. He ain't more over than him. He ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't get, like, that's what matters. Like, a lot of people think, like, I've seen, even in wrestling, like, not even including myself, I've seen somebody hit the ropes, do a dive, run back in the ring, do a dive, run back in the ring, do another dive, and get, oh, that was cool. I see Roman Reigns clothesline a person, throw his arms out in the air, and the whole place go crazy.
Right.
It's not about what you do, it's how you do it.
It's yeah, it's how you do it, and it's the charisma as well. Like you, like prime example, look at Obafemi. Obafemi does not have a crazy move set, but you know what Obafemi does so good? His stage, first of all, his stage presence is top notch. His promos
Facts.
is top notch. His look is top notch. Like, you look at Obafemi, you automatically are paying attention. It don't matter what. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show you that, you know, if you have a great presentation, everything else will just fall into place. Everything
Okay.
else, yeah.
It makes everything so much easier.
Yeah. So one of the questions I got for you is, every wrestler has that one match or moment that made them say, I have to do this. What was the moment for you?
Like to want to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
It's easy. It was Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels in an Iron Man match at WrestleMania. I
Mm-hmm.
watched that match as a kid, and like it was just one of the most beautiful things I ever seen. Watching Shawn Michaels sitting there hold that title, and they announcing the boyhood dream. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the match. That was the match for me. That I was like, nah, yeah, this supposed to be you in there. It's supposed to be you.
It's funny you say that because a lot of people that we have interviewed in most recently, they always mention Shawn Michaels. If they don't mention Shawn Michaels, they mention Bret Hart. And I feel like those two solidified themselves so early in the game because of what we just said. The charisma, the star power. Like, although Bret Hart had a wide plethora of a move set, he had super charisma too. Dude was smooth.
Yeah, he'll get enough credit for that.
Yeah, he don't.
And he was drippy. And he was drippy.
Yeah,
He had
yo,
the
he
drip.
had
Yeah.
Bret Hart. Bret Hart had swag. Like, he had
No, for sure.
he definitely he had swag. He came to the ring. He had the glasses. And if you look at a lot of the wrestlers today, they emulate what Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Razor Ramon, and a few other folks that had that presence. They emulate that and they remix it and they make it their own. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah,
Hmm.
it was, yeah, you 100% on point with that. You're 100% on point with that. You you back on, bro? Go ahead.
No, you good. You doing your thing. Keep on going. Keep on going. Keep the flow going, bro.
All right. All right, so next question. So, where did Willie Finesse persona come from? Was it a nickname from your life outside of the ring, or did it evolve from your wrestling style?
No, I was already doing the training in WWA. And I sat there and I always blatantly watched how they would give somebody else a name, how they would give you this and give you that. So I was like, my nickname was always Willie Beeman from the some movie. I never watched the movie, but Jamie Foxx was in the movie. But my
Ah,
friends always called me Willie
yes.
Beeman. But I was like,
I can
what's the
tell you the
name I
name of
can
that movie.
it was Any Given Sunday, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
'Cause I never seen the movie, but I just know that's where my nickname came from. But I remember like they was always giving out names, and I like having a little freedom because I know how wrestling works. They're gonna give you your name. They're gonna tell you, hey, this is your music. This is yada yada yada. So I just one day I was after I trained, I was just thinking. I was like, okay, what can I go with Willie? What can I go with Willie? And then the Bruno Mars song was popping with Cardi B. I'm dripping in finesse, don't make no sense. I was like Willie Finesse, and then I used the battle rap term Willie Finesse. Will he finesse? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I put that together, and I just changed my Facebook name. My Facebook name used to always be Willie Beeman, so I just changed it to Willie Finesse, and I just so when it became time for me to be on the roster, I was like, "Hey, this is my name. I already got it." You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Well, can you kind of explain it?" I was like, finesse." I was trying to make up an excuse of why the name was the name, but that was really just where it came from. My first name, Willie, and then the Bruno Mars song, and then I battle rapped it like Willie Finesse. Like it wasn't nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's dope. How you was able to take what what I mean, take what your other likes and loves for art and put that together and incorporate it into your wrestling persona. I feel like a lot of people are doing that nowadays. In professional wrestling, they're taking their personal outside experiences and bringing it into the wrestling forefront. Prime example, when you talk about your name, first person that comes to mind most recently is Royce Keys, aka Powerhouse Hobbs. Royce, that's
That's
his
my boy.
son's. That's his son's name. Uh, Keys was his grandmother's name. And he just put that together, Royce Keys, you know what I'm saying? Which is fire. Like, when you think about it, that's a fire name. I was just I was thinking about move sets that he could have. So I was like, yo, the one move set he could probably have is Keys to the City, where he just do some sort of a move or slam or whatever like that. Oh, Keys to the City, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah,
And you can
that's
also use it for a good slogan, something with the keys to success. You can play on that name a lot.
yeah. There's like a thousand different ways you could wordplay on that name and cut a super dope promo. So yeah, that's fire the way you put that together. And it's funny because you were speaking about your training. So next question before I pass over to my bro got something to do with your training. So it says here, training for pro wrestling is baptism by fire. What was your hardest lesson you learned during your rookie days that still sticks with you today?
That not take it so serious, like to really not take it so serious. Like a lot of people are new and they get into wrestling and like I'm this ain't no cockiness. I'm just telling y'all the truth. All right. I'm not on that. I don't really be on that. I'm not on that cocky wave or nothing like that. But I was the most over person from the first day I got there. From the first day I debuted, and it's on footage. From the first day I debuted, and even in 2026, I got the most loved award still. So uh I used to take it so serious. When I wasn't getting the pushes I felt like I deserved, it bothered me. If I was going out there and maybe my opponent wasn't living up to the expectations, you could see it when I walked through the back. You could see like the negative energy that I portrayed. And you gotta realize that, man, this all scripted. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? You still got to have a life outside of this, and like it sets a bad what's the morale? It gets the morale bad. Just not take it so serious. It's just wrestling at the end of the day. These belts, as much as I love being this champion, it's just a prop. That's it. You know what I mean? So like I just, I would always, don't take stuff so serious, man.
It's great that you mentioned that because I've heard other athletes say this same exact thing, but for you to point out the how to just just be free and have fun without taking it so serious and like just being so you know it kind of it does make it easier as far as your training and thing because you enjoy it, and it does make it easier when you're out there performing and you're showcasing the title. It makes it easier. I believe it wouldn't put so much pressure on you when you're like taking it with strides and not so much being so much in serious because at times you do find people take it so serious to the point that the slightest error would just throw off the whole entire match, you know and
For
and that
sure.
and that's another question I got before I has it been any point within your match that you might have made an error and then you had to think of something on the fly just to cover it up?
Oh yes, for sure. Even it literally just happened a couple weeks ago too. I was in there with a bunch of newer people, and we was in the tag matches. Me, my dog EB all day versus my dog's peer pressure, all black tag team match, and it got so like I'm on the outside most of the time. I'm the champion, so of course what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be in there taking the heat. I'm the hot tag guy. You feel me? I'm the champion.
Yeah.
So it got misconstrued in there with people forgetting their spots so many times that, but like I just like I like usually old me would be mad at that performance, even at the people that was in there for performing because but I took it as a learning lesson, and I would like the first thing I said, man, hey, that made me better because of, like I instantly knew what to do. As soon as you tag me in, I instantly know how to make this up. I instantly, you know what I mean? I know how to make this recover. And the fans probably never, the only people that would understand that it was a mess up were the people in the back because we're professionals. The fans never had a clue. So it was really just, yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, because on the bigger stage you do find that out a lot, that you could see because certain things won't flow properly. You could see a botch or two, and then you could see how people could cover it up as well. Like prime example, me and my bro was just talking about AJ Styles. He had a botch, but then he turned the botch into an actual move. And if you don't study wrestling like that, you're not going to see it was a botch that he recovered from and turned into a move. If you're just a regular fan, you're going to be like, "Oh, snap, how did he even do that? That was crazy." You know what I mean? But we've been watching wrestling for for God knows how long, and we just studied the ins and outs. We understood that okay, that was a slight mishap, but he recovered from it so well and he did it so smoothly. You really can't tell unless you like really that focused into it. So
hmm
yeah, I understand. Go ahead, bro.
So with that same energy, how do you feel whenever you hear like just fans of wrestling, let's say like me and him, and we're watching a match, and then we get online, whether if it's X, TikTok, or whatever, and we talk about how this person botches. How do you feel? How does that make you feel being in the business yourself and hearing fans say botch?
No, it doesn't bother me. It don't bother me because I still think people who dedicate, first of all, there's one thing you can't get back in this world, and that's the time, right? Y'all dedicate y'all time to watch something just like I did. Y'all love this just like I do. I don't have no place to tell. I don't have no place to tell nobody what they think about a botch. I can't like so a lot of people. There's always this stigma, and I tell people that on my TikTok live all the time that just because you're a wrestling fan and you're not in the business, that doesn't mean you can't critique and you can't say, "Hey, I don't like this person. I think this person is trash." I think sometimes people need to hear that. Sometimes people need to hear, "Hey, bro, I don't. We don't think you're just as good great of a wrestler. Maybe you'll work harder to be." You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of wrestlers that are super complacent in WWE, AEW. Any wrestling locker room I've ever been in, you're always going to find somebody that's complacent, and I think people need to hear the truth because the fans, the people that love wrestling, they're the ones paying for these tickets. They're the ones paying to go to these shows and paying for this merch and paying for this. I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay for mediocrity. I don't. I don't. So I think y'all have just as much of a right to speak about wrestling as I do.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Go ahead, bro. I'll wait till you finish. Go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead, man. We a team. If you got something to add on to it, do it.
That's interesting because, like, out, in y'all universe, you know what I'm saying, you will have people, from the higher ups, and they would say that we don't have no place to really say much or critique or whatever the case may be. So coming from your perspective, who you are a professional wrestler and you're in the business and you have credibility and you have years, I'm surprised. I'm surprised because it wasn't too long ago where Triple H, you know, got disgruntled at the fans for, saying that the product is not where it should be. You know what I'm saying? And honestly speaking, all we want is the product to get better. We don't. We, the way I see it is this, right? Who would we be if we were acceptance to just what we are being given and we know the product could be better? Like, you have all these resources in the world, you have some of the best athletes on God's green earth, you have some of the best trainers that money can buy. Why don't you know what I'm saying? Why don't you just make it better? If you see these things that the fans are not liking, why don't just fix it? We people were getting on AEW for years about, the product, about what they should do and this and that. And I'm talking about later AEW. I'm not talking about the AEW we see now, because the AEW we see now is doing terrific. You know what I'm
Are they
saying?
cooking?
They are cooking right now. But they had a certain time frame, I would say like maybe a year, 2 year span where they were just like kind of stagnant a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would
Hmm.
have a few matches that were awesome here and then maybe stale over here. And then one day, and that would be last year in 2025, they have their best year ever. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
shout out to Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah. Oh man, yo, Kyle Fletcher is awesome, man.
I love
Awesome.
Kyle Fletcher, man.
Yeah, yeah, he's all. I got a few things to say about him later. We gonna talk. We gonna chop it up about him. But like they improved so much that it's undeniable. But then you have WWE, who, yeah, they make the most money. Yeah, they got the most merch. Yeah, they got all these things, but they still have not understood that the content needs to be a tad bit better. You know what I'm saying? So
You
you
know what
got.
I think their problem is?
Mhm.
I think with WWE, I think they rely too much. We are in 2026. Sometimes you gotta learn how to upgrade with the times. Nobody wants to keep hearing like certain stuff like, oh, and shouts out to my boy Jay Malachi. They'd be like, oh, Javon Evans. I forgot who made the post. Javon Evans, man, he's gonna win a world title in 15 years. 15 years?
Mhm.
15 years? What
Yeah.
are we talking about, bro? Like, sometimes you gotta go with out with the old and in with the new. If somebody is hooping, if they balling, give them the ball and see what happens. You don't always have to rely on a CM Punk or or whoever else, you're never going to know what you got until you get somebody the ball. Somebody I advocate all the time. LA Knight deserves the ball. Why ain't LA Knight got the ball yet? Why ain't you seen what you see the t-shirt sales he do? You hear the crowd reaction. The dude can clearly get over if you give him a chance.
And he got over by
Like
himself too. He ain't need no help. He got over on his own.
no, for sure. He reminds me of me. He genuinely reminds me of me. Before I got this title, and I just came back to WWA over like a year or something ago. But the whole time I was in WWA, right before I was gonna win this title, the owner's brother, my dog Ray Waddell, he pulled me to the side because he wasn't gonna be there when I won this title in my hometown. And he pulled me, he's like, "Hey, bro, I just want to congratulate you and let you know, bro, like you really earned this. You've literally maintained this level without no type of booking. All my booking was, hey, besides the cage match that I did, everything was just, hey, this week, this is who Willie Finesse is fighting. That's it. I didn't have the prominent storylines and the big time matches all the time. I was just out there grappling. I was just out there hooping. That's it. And that's what LA Knight does. So I think he deserves that shot too.
Yeah, I think LA Knight's phenomenal. Eli Drake be doing his thing. Like, I'm happy that they got him back in the fold, but at the same time, I do feel like they're gonna push him, but they're gonna push him to a point, and he's just gonna be like right there, going for that title, and then they're gonna snatch it away from him, and he's not gonna win. That's how I
They've been
feel.
doing that.
Yep.
Because they already doing it, but I'm saying that's what they probably going to continue to do, and I feel like they're going to put him into that Sami Zayn bracket where he's right there, like, oh, you got to be quicker than that, and they going to snatch it away from him. That's what I think's going to happen with him.
Yeah, I think that's getting played out too. I'm tired of the even me. That's one thing I was not finna do, bro. I was not in none of my promos leading up to getting this. I was not gonna be mentioning, hey, I've never been a singles champion here. I've never done that. I don't like all the underdog stories. Like it's always good every now and then to finish the story that was dope. That was one of the greatest stories I've seen. I can admit that. But I don't think like they repeat the same storylines for people over and over and over. Like they doing it with Sami Zayn right now. They're doing it with him right now.
Yeah, I agree with you 110%. I just feel, just like you said, and me and Bro been talking about it. Like, I do feel like it's a time to there's a changing of the guard that needs to happen. Simple as that. And the only way you could do that, what I mean, is build new stars, is to put somebody in the position to take the ball and run it. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand they have a certain set of guys that they want to move up the ladder at some point, but I don't think they should be waiting that long because it's obvious you got too many older guys that you got in the top spots that are injury prone. They can't they can't perform the duties that you're expecting them to do. They can't do the schedules that you expect them to do. I feel like they have held the company up enough that you could put them on a lighter schedule and then put the younger guys in position to grow. You got Oba, you got Carmelo, you got Javon, you got all this young talent, young dudes that can go. Give them the ball and let them run with it.
No, for sure. When they hoop, if they hooping, let them hoop, man. Let them hoop.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Go ahead, bro.
So we brought up some very good black wrestlers. He brought up Carmelo Hayes, Javon Evans, Obafemi, Trick Williams, Lash Legend. All these guys are young. What does it say to you? Where's wrestling at to you when it comes to, and not just WWE, because we know AEW has Swerve and Ricochet and so on and so forth. Where is wrestling at for you when it comes to black wrestling?
It's so crazy. This is about to be the easiest interview I've ever done. It's easy. I just, bro, we are in a time where wrestling is black. Wrestling is becoming black. And a lot of people, like we used to have no choice but to cling on to the few black people that were around in wrestling because it wasn't accessible to us like this. This time this year, at the beginning of this year, in WWA where I wrestle, all three singles champions were black. All three. The world champion, Game Time Onyx as the national champion, and my dog Quincy Strain, he was the hardcore champion. All our singles champions was black. You look around in WWE, all the like people that are popping like that. Most of them, some white people out there doing their thing too. Don't get it twisted, but it's black. Look at Bianca Belair's and Naomi's and like I said, Trick, Oba, Javon, the Carmelo, all these like wrestling is becoming black. AEW be cooking with. They just brought back Private Party. My dog Myron Reed just got signed there. Like it's just really black, and it's like almost become like every other sport: basketball, football, and now look at wrestling. You know what I mean? Even wrestling ain't a sport, but yeah, it's black, man, and I think like I just love it, bro. I think we're in a good space, and I think even 5 years from now, it's gonna be flooded with even more. It's gonna be even more black, and you can't beat that. You can't beat that because we like I said, y'all had one of my favorite people, even still growing up, was Elijah Burke, the Pope. He was one of the only black people I had to root for. It was like him, Bobby Lashley, maybe one or two other people, and it was over with. So you take like four black people on a roster compared to the 40 something white people you got, we're cooked. We're cooked. And then we wonder why, dang, black people don't never get the pushes. We just wasn't enough of us.
Yeah.
Now it's a problem. Now it's a problem. It's going down. So I think we're in a great space.
Needless to say, it makes you proud to see where we're at these days compared to what you were talking about. Like we even went a little bit further back because we had Ahmed Johnson on our show.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you think about then, it was the Nation of Domination, Ahmed Johnson, Jacqueline.
Yeah, because Jacqueline and Jazz maybe and stuff like that. But it was
Yeah.
like maybe 6, 7 black people compared to 50 of everything else.
Yeah. And he was making a point. It was like, how you not going to put the first black WWF/E Intercontinental Champion in the Hall of Fame? Why isn't he in the Hall of Fame right now? You know what I mean? He was the first.
You throw
and
Corey Wilson in there.
Right. It is crazy to think that it took what was it? What year was that? 97, 98? 1997, 98, sometime around there. It took WWE/F all that time to get their first black Intercontinental Champion. It's crazy to think. And he's still not even in the Hall of Fame because Triple H is still salty with him. But it just goes back to the fact of, if you look at where people like Ahmed Johnson was then and look at where people that look like us are at now, we're in a good spot.
Yeah, we're in a great spot.
And there's a bunch of content creators out there that do not believe we are in a good spot. What would you say to those guys and females that don't believe that black talent, black wrestlers are in a good spot like you think we are?
I would just tell them first of all, I would just tell them they don't know graps. They don't know ball. They don't know what they're talking about because a lot of people think, oh, why doesn't so-and-so get a push? Or why doesn't, bro, if I'm on TV every week, I'm getting a push. Whether you like it or not. A lot of these TV slots, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT, those spots are still limited. A lot of these people on the roster don't, like, there might be, all the SmackDown that came on today, there might be only just the one black person that didn't get on, and that was like Apollo Crews. And they still showed him on TV. I think look what they're doing with Carmelo Hayes. Is he not cooking? Look at how they introduced Trick Williams. Look what he's doing. Is he not doing good? Look at how they're presenting Obafemi. Look how they did my dog Royce Keys. Like, look at the career of Bianca Belair. Look at how Naomi was cooking until she got pregnant, and I wish you well. I hope you have a great delivery. Just look at all these different black people that you got. Like, look at what you got, and then you like tell me what. Like, I don't know. I just think they need to really understand what wrestling is, what a push is, and what you know what I'm saying. Everybody's not going to skyrocket straight to the top. It don't work like that. It don't work like that for it don't work like that for almost nobody. I don't care, like really don't care what your color is in 2026. Look at Swerve in AEW. Look at how he transcended himself from what he was in WWE. Look at AJ Francis. Look at AJ Francis. Has he not been cooking in TNA for real? And
Nah,
on the Indies, he's been cooking.
he's definitely been
Like,
cooking.
and I just like all every look. I'm the WWA champion right now as a black man, full black. I'm light skinned, I get it, but I'm full black. My mama black, my daddy black. Like
He
I just think
close the
people.
refrigerator door with his hips.
I just think sometimes, yeah, come on, but I just think a lot of people just don't understand. Like and maybe they'll see in 5 years from now when it's completely black, when we completely got everything.
I
When
think
it don't feel like it's go ahead.
no, 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 go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to
No,
cut
you
you off.
good. I was there. You good. I'm just over here talking.
Yeah. Now I think it's with what's going on right now, I feel like I do feel like there's some small things that could be adjusted, but I feel for the most part now because of the outrage of the culture, fighting back and saying that, we want to see more of us on television. I do feel they put the pressure on them to start promoting more black talent. Because, I mean, honestly speaking, there's a lot more blackness on WWE television, more than what we ever thought we would see. You know what I'm saying?
More
For
than what
sure.
people give WWE credit for.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true, because I'm gonna be honest with you. And we all came up in the same era. Like there wasn't a lot of black guys. You know what I'm saying, back in those days, and not for nothing neither. When we did have the black talent on there, what did they usually pinpoint us as? If we weren't at the
Some weird,
angry.
some weird, some weird, like that's the only thing I will I don't know. That like how they did Mark Henry. Um, Even to this day, one of my biggest gripes is how they make my dog R Truth look. How he's talking about balls and stuff all day, every week. I think that's corny as hell. I think that's whack as hell. You sit here, y'all had this unreal episode about him. The whole wrestling universe literally went against y'all for letting the man go. And this the best y'all got for him. I think that's kind of whack. But
Yeah, I didn't like that neither, especially for the fact that they try to make our truth go against his word when he said that he was let go. And they try to make like they never let him go. They just never re-signed him or something like that. His contract expired or whether when clearly his family was on social media saying that he was fired.
did you see his Breakfast Club interview?
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it. I seen it.
Yeah.
I seen it.
Yeah, that's what that got me too. I'm like, man, see, that's why you tell people that WWE Unreal stuff is a work.
Hmm.
They're setting it up. They're setting this crap up.
Yeah, they definitely are. But like I said, I'm definitely a lot happier that I'm able to see more people like me on that program, and I won't include AEW because I feel like AEW's always been good with promoting the
Hmm.
culture. You know what I'm saying, and balancing it out. And I think that's more or less because the Khan family themselves, they're not black, but they're people of color. They're like
Yeah.
where are they from anyway? They're from where
Pakistan.
I don't want them.
Pakistan.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pakistan, but I want to be wrong.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
But a good thing about AEW too is I don't never see. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So don't. Hey, if you whenever y'all watch this, if you're a smart market, you know more than me. Hey, just put it in the comments of the YouTube. But I don't think I ever remember seeing an AEW like a white person or Samoan person like really eating off of black culture, like
Nah,
John Cena, like Jay Uso and them. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think I see that.
nah, you haven't. It hasn't. They haven't done that on that programming. You know what I'm saying? And if you have seen it, it's not as magnified, as it is on the other show. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And not for nothing, like we influence everybody. You know what I'm saying? We influence everybody. We are basically the trendsetters of so many things. I was just talking to my wife about that the other day. I was like, we transcend everything. You know what I'm saying? And if you go outside, who invented the traffic light? It's a black person. Who invented the toilet? It was a black person. Who invented the
The
brush, the
refrigerator.
comb? It was a black person. So it's
My
like
favorite sandwich, peanut butter.
it's a black
Uh
person.
huh.
So it's like,
The refrigerator was a black person.
No, no
exactly.
cap. That we close with our hips.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna hold
Oh,
on to that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna hold on to that one.
yeah. Oh, go tap in, bro. Tap in, bro.
I'm gonna hold on to that one. Next time I see another light skinned brother, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you close the door. You close the refrigerator door with your hips, don't you?"
You're like, what?
It's like I'll be like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." So, with all this talk, tell us what Black History Month means to you. We are in Black History Month.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, it mean the world to me, especially like when it comes to my mom, especially she is the first ever black circuit county clerk, like where she runs the entire courthouse. So she runs all that. She was the first black woman where I'm from to ever do something like that. I'm one of the first, and I'm one of the first black people to do a lot of stuff for coming from where I'm from. A lot of us, we always like a lot of my people are still in the same spot. A lot of people never got to achieve their dream. And like for me to be black and to be in like doing things like I had the first ever all black cage match with my boy Game Time Onyx, which is beautiful. I believe I could be wrong. The tag match I was just telling y'all about was the first all black tag team match. Like I take a lot of pride in being black, like a lot of it. Like I love my skin. I love, you know what I'm saying, who I am. I love our culture. I love what we represent. It means the world to me. No, I hate that it doesn't get the real credit it deserves worldwide. But shoot, man, shoot, I love being black, bro, and I love all the black people that ever paved the way for somebody like me. Like from all the black wrestlers that all came before me, and even shout out my dog Two Cold Scorpio that I literally grew up watching, wanted to mimic, wanted to be like. From The Rock, you know what I'm saying? I know everybody don't always give him his credit because, you know what I'm saying, he got some Samoan in him. He's still black to me too. You know what I mean? I just like appreciate. I'm very appreciative of every black person that's came before me, and even the ones in sports like Kobe Bryant, a black man, which is why I'm the way I am, which is why I don't know how to stop not working hard, why I don't settle for just anything, why I only want greatness. You know what I'm saying? Black history, yeah, it always means a lot to me. Not even just in February, all year round.
Hmm.
Hey
And
man,
shouts
can we
out to all
get
the hold on. Shouts out to all the black content wrestling creators too, man. I really rock with that. I really rock with that more than anything. Because there used to be a time we could, as black people, couldn't even enjoy talking about wrestling to people, and you know what I mean. We couldn't. I know y'all probably went through the same exact stuff. So you know what I'm saying. Shouts out to y'all too. Like really.
and on that note, when I sent you the email, the first thing he said is, "I'll always support my black content creators."
Yeah, I remember you told me that too. Yeah,
For sure. Yeah.
yeah. I
That's
found
what I
that
use my
important.
TikTok for.
Yeah, I
And I
got
told him that
followed
you
on
were active
TikTok.
on TikTok too.
Hmm.
And I put all the black people like sometimes we get a white person up every night, but it's mostly for black people. It's for black people to get up there and have a voice and be able to all be able to share that love that we always felt like we had to hold in because it wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm sure y'all always just heard you watch that man in tights, you watch that fake stuff, you watch this and that. So it like wasn't always a cool thing to be black and a wrestling fan. So
Yeah, story of my life. To
Hmm.
this day, I go to work and I might talk to about wrestling to a few of my coworkers, and some of them will clown the crap out of me about it. But you have the ones that are still wrestling fans and they appreciate, the work that we put in as far as the content creating, as far as interviewing you guys, and as far as, giving back. But you have the ones that definitely don't like it. So you still watch that crap. You still this and you still that. You know what I mean? Look, wrestling's been a part of me since I was a kid. I would never stop watching it. I have an uncle that wrestled. God rest his soul. He was a wrestler. Like I'm not never stop watching wrestling. I might get mad sometimes when things don't perceive the way I want it to be perceived as far as the story, but I'll never stop watching wrestling though.
no, me either. I almost wanted to give up when they brought Brock Lesnar back, but hey, that's another story.
Hey, uh, we'll tackle that eventually. I will tackle that eventually. Can we give him a round of applause for his mom being the first black woman to run the pretty much it sounds like run the county of
Yeah,
the or,
basically she runs the whole court system, the whole thing. They got to go through her, man. Got to go through her.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. I got to talk to my daughter real quick.
Okay.
W
All
dad, as the kids say.
yeah. All right. So here's a question for you. You lean into the finesse brand. How do you balance looking smooth and technical with the high impact grit side of professional wrestling?
Man, I just think, bro, I just work hard on being a great character. I really do, and like I work like so crazy that like we get these clips every week. Like every week, like tomorrow we'll get clips of all our matches. And for the most part, a lot of people watch like their moves and what they feel like they do good or could do better. I'm watching the crowd. I always pay attention. Like I will rewind my entrance a billion times to see, oh, they like when I do this. They like when I do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's what like separates me is because I like you gotta have a charisma to be at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can be a professional wrestler. Anybody can wrestle good. But if that was the case, Dean Malenko would be in the GOAT combo, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I really think that like you honing the fact of having great charisma, knowing how to talk, knowing how to make the crowd feel without having to do much. Like because everybody, like a lot of people talk, like I have a friend named Second City, his name Juan. He loves the graps. He just loves watching people wrestle. So I try to always have some dope wrestling moves in there. But the main thing that's gonna always get me over the hump is what got me this is the fact that you have great charisma, great selling, and great storytelling through it all.
Mm-hmm.
Because the moves, the wrestling moves and stuff is going to be a plus. That's just a plus. But anybody can be a great technical wrestler. Anybody can grap, as they say. Anybody can do that.
Mm-hmm. It makes
But do you got
sense.
something that the kids are going to love? The adults are going to love? Do you really have a real reason in how you sell to make these kids? Come on, Willie, get up, Willie. You got this, Willie. You know what I'm saying? That's what matters the most. That is what really matters the most, and that's what gets those T-shirts sold. That's what puts those butts in the seats. Cause they ain't gonna be like most people. They ain't gonna go back after no Willie finesse match unless I'm in a cage match where you ain't got no choice but to grab. You ain't got no choice but to grab inside the steel cage. But everywhere else, I don't think when people are driving home, they're saying, "Oh my God, did you see that crazy move Willie done?" They're more talking of, "Oh man, it's dope. He won that match and he went and grabbed a kid from out the crowd, put him in the ring, and they was in the ring grittying together." That's what they gonna think about. That's what they're gonna be able to take home.
It makes perfectly good sense, when you connect the actual wrestling with the storytelling, and that kind of leads me to this, right? So when it comes to move sets, right? Okay, I remember you saying, we spoke about the 5 moves of doom. Okay, so what do you think of the high spots as far as moves? High spots like, Hurricanrana, backflips, 450s, things like that. What do you think of wrestlers who use this offense as regular moves and not something special that you could use at maybe at a WrestleMania or
Yeah.
a Forbidden Door type of match?
hmm I think that they are wasting their talent sometimes. I have a saying that goes like they call me the man of 1,000 grabs. You know how they call Dean Malenko the man of 1,000. I have a plethora of different wrestling moves, but it depends on the match, how big the stakes are, how big the story is for what you're going to get. I don't think every week, if I was on Monday Night Raw, sometimes like this is my philosophy, and I'm sure that some other wrestlers talk like this too. But sometimes you got to give these folks a Sunday Night Heat match. Sometimes you got to give them a velocity. Everything ain't WrestleMania. Everything ain't because if I go out there and I'm giving you everything and I'm showing you everything every single week, what's so special about it? It becomes the same thing. It becomes the same thing. And I would always tell people, bro, dial back sometimes. Save some of your best moves for when it matter the most. Sometimes you got like just like my biggest gripe in all of wrestling, all through the board. I don't care if it's WWE, AEW. There's this Undertaker and Shawn Michaels ruined wrestling. With that false finish at WrestleMania 25 and the one they had with the career, you know what I'm saying, with the career match. Everybody wants to have a billion false finishes. Everybody wants to kick out of a finisher every single week on Raw, on SmackDown, on NXT, on AEW. Nothing special no more. I remember back in the day, you could throw somebody in a bear hug and it meant something when you got out of it. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody has a super kick, even though I understand everybody's not Shawn Michaels giving the super kick. But you can't, I don't think all these like super moves, sometimes it's just too much. Sometimes the more dumbed down the match is, the better it is. John Cena, if we being honest, from y'all eyes, he wasn't the smoothest looking wrestler ever, right? But look how many classics he got. Like I think you gotta dial back sometimes. It's not wrong with having a moonsault in your arsenal. It ain't nothing wrong with doing a 450. But I shouldn't see you doing a 450 after you just got super kicked by a shoe full of thumbtacks. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a man get tombstoned on steel stairs, throw him in the ring, and they kick out. Like everything's not, you have to make stuff special. And I think that's what matters the most. I let one person kick out of my finisher so far, and that was for this title. That was for to win this title. I let you kick out because it was the biggest match I ever had. It was in my hometown. You gonna kick out when it matters, not just every single week. Because then how's it special?
See, you brought up a good point about the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Like they say, those two matches together were two of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history, and plus it meant something
Facts.
because it was for the streak. So yeah, kicking out of those finishers actually meant something. It's to give you hope that the streak is going to end or the next match. Like, is Shawn Michaels going to have to retire? Is he going to break the streak? It meant something. So you brought up a good point there.
Yeah, it makes perfectly good sense. as far as like the move sets and everything like that, and that's why I decided let me ask that because high spots nowadays have become like a part of move sets on a regular basis now. It's not something that is like special anymore. You know what I mean? It's like it's part of everything now. So and not for nothing, in certain situations, there are even finishers that are high spots now. I remember when a finisher used to be something real basic. Like, JBL had the clothesline from hell. That's just, you know what I'm saying? He just clotheslined you real stiff. That was it. And you was out like a light. You know what I mean? Look at Gunther. Gunther got a plethora of classics. He ain't no, we all know he can wrestle. We all know he could be technical when he wants to be. But what does he do most of the time? He brawls. He's basic as I don't know what. But what takes him over? His promos, his persona. You know what I'm saying?
He
The
be
way.
making me want to punch him in the face too. He be making me want to just smack
Yeah,
the shit out of him.
Gunther got a good punchable face. He has a good
Yes,
punchable face.
yes, yes, he does.
Yo, that reminds me. Who said? Who they say that got a good punchable face too? What's his face?
The
My
Miz got one.
the Miz got one. You know who? You know who else got one? That's that people were talking about too. Darius Carter. You've heard of David Darius Carter, right? That's my guy. But every person we interviewed, they despise him. They respect him. They respect the hell out of him because he is super dope. He's super fire. But every time we mention his name, they get cringe. They be like, yeah, he's great, but I can't stand that
They just
guy.
don't like his face. They don't like his face. He just got the face.
Hey, real quick. Speaking of Darius Carter, you being in Kentucky, you're not far from North Carolina. Have you been invited or done any work for Ashe Wrestling?
No, but I have that's like ASE, right? A apostrophe
Uh-huh.
SE.
Yeah.
But somebody, one of my friends is like big with them, and he wants me to come. Like he got in contact with them, told them about me, and I'm just trying to, if the opportunity presents itself, I would do it 1,000%, 1,000%. But I have to
There's
always fill out my, fill my WWA obligations before anything. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's just if there's one thing that we have done since day one is we do promote like the all black wrestling, and that's exactly what Ashe is. So we we like to ask them if you done any work with them because we've been talking about where black people are in the world of wrestling, and what a better way to promote black wrestling than to have an all black promotion like Ashe Wrestling.
yeah,
So
it's
I was just
beautiful for
curious.
real.
Yeah.
No, I would love to though, man. So if y'all watching, man, I got y'all, man.
We've had a few of their guys on here, Rayhan and Jordan Holt and Zay Vega, Isaiah Broner, Jocelyn Navarro. We've had Ryan Rembrandt. We've had a
Oh,
few of
y'all
their
cooking.
guys on here. Yeah, just from Ashe,
Oh, yeah,
just
y'all
from watching
cooking.
Ashe, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm
we've
trying
had
to
a
get one of them shirts too. They got T-shirts and stuff. I'm trying to get one of their shirts.
yeah. Them Ashe shirts are fire. They're dope. They're dope. Yeah, yeah. Let me ask you this question. Then I'm going to pass it back over to bro. Um, for many fans, the match starts at the curtain. How much thought goes into your music, your gear, and the way you walk to the ring?
A lot. But I stole I was in a tag team with my dog B Wood, balling with finesse. So I always carried on his theme because I retired him. He's never wrestled again. I retired him, so I always carried his. So my music was like we always had the same music, but I kept that music. And even when I went, like I left WWA, and that's where I explored and really went crazy on the independents. I used his heel theme song too, so I always kept that a lot. But I feel like that's what matters the most. Your entrance, the way you walk, the way you talk. Like, and I'm not your typical baby face. I'm the good guy. I'm gonna gritty with the kids. But if y'all ever see some of them TikTok videos, and when I walk out there, I'm talking crazy. I'm talking crazy cash junk because you know what I'm saying. People, I want people to see like, okay, oh, he's a fun guy, but nah, I don't think you want to play with him for real. You know, and people love that in 2026. They love what they call cinema. They love all that. So they love somebody cutting the promos to the camera and telling you how great they are and running down your opponent and joking on them. I think that plays the most part. Like my gear, yeah, I feel like you can't look like everybody else. I'm not coming out there like some of these other indie people with a Punisher t-shirt on and some cargo pants. Nah, I ain't doing none of that. We throwing the black and gold on. We throwing a big Cuban gold chain on. I got a little small joint on right now. But you know what I'm saying? The look, the presentation, all that matters. Because one thing I know kids love is the drip. Kids gonna be like, if he ain't drippy, can I really rock with bruh? Can I really rock with dude? That's why think they love Jay Uso got the geek glasses and the dope pants and stuff like that. That's what get like people first perception. Well, it don't matter if it's wrestling. If we when you meet a girl or anything, then you gonna look at what somebody got on. You gonna look at how somebody present themselves because that plays a big factor in all of life. So I always try to make sure I'm up to par. Just like coming on, I told my wife, I said, hey, I got an interview. Even before, bro, I'm just to come in here and sit down here. I cut my hair, I shaved my beard right. I made sure I look all the way presentable because you always want to look your best. I don't ever want to look like I'm a slouch because that I'm telling you that matters the most sometimes. It's just how you look. How you look and your theme and all that determines a lot.
I agree with you. I agree with you 110%. Your look and presentation matters. And if you think look and presentation don't matter, trust and believe you don't belong in this business.
At
Because
all.
looks can sell you. Why do you think they go and recruit athletes? They don't just recruit the wrestlers, they can recruit athletes because they have a certain look that you just can't make up. Like it's a certain genetic code that molds you. Like, look at Oba. There's not too many Obas.
Look,
Yo.
it's not
Oba,
it's not one mini obus.
yeah. Oba look Oba looked like he could play M'Baku in Black Panther. He looked like the live action M'Baku himself. You understand what I'm saying? Like you know, it's just you can't just cut and paste and put that type of stuff together. You know what I'm saying? It takes a certain aura, a certain persona, like to identify that. That's why they got recruits. It's the same thing in basketball and football. You see somebody with a certain skill set, you're like, oh, I could develop that guy. I could make him something. Let me snatch this guy up. You know what I'm saying? Let me put him in our program and see what he can do. So yeah, I agree with you. Go ahead, bro.
So, do you need? It sounds like I know the answer to this question, but I could be wrong. Do you prefer to work as a heel or a babyface?
I love being a baby face. I love it to death, bro. I do because I'll be real. I love it because it just like I've been able to influence so many people throughout. Literally, my mom, like when she's not working at the court, she's always like she's always done it since I was a kid. She goes to all around places to different schools and stuff, right? So we wasn't even in our hometown. I'm sitting in this exact seat right here. I had just got off TikTok live and she randomly called me and she was like, I was so at so and so, a place that ain't nowhere close to Madisonville where I'm from, might I add you. And she was like, I was teaching at this school and I was just asking kids different questions like, And it was like 2 weeks ago when she did this. She was like, I was just asking different kids, different stuff like, what do you like? I'm trying to get to learn them. She's like, some kids was like, oh, I love basketball, the NBA. And she'll ask them who their favorite player is. The people who said they love football, they tell them who their favorite football player was. She said, I get to this little girl. I'm trying to figure out who this is so I can send them a care package. But she said, I got to this little girl and she was like, what do you like? She was like, oh, I love wrestling. My mom was like, well, who's your favorite wrestler? She's like, oh, you probably don't know who it is. She's like, no, just tell me who it is. She said, Willie Finesse. And she said, like, my mom started crying and everything. And my mom just pulled up a picture of us at Thanksgiving. She said, yeah. She's like, that's him. That's him. And like, for me to be somebody's favorite wrestler to my mom, like, you can't buy something like that. There's something that nothing can. But I also love being a heel. I think in WWA, if they turn me heel, because I've never been heel. In the 7 years I was in WWA, I've never been a heel. I think I would make them the most money ever. I believe that in my heart, in my soul. Because it's all I ever wanted. I just wanted to be like Hollywood Rock. I know y'all remember that. I wanted to be just like that. But I do feel like I feel like I could be the greatest heel in the independent scene ever. Ever. I genuinely believe that. Hopefully it happens one day so we can see, so I can test my theory or see if I'm yapping or not. Love being a baby face, love doing, but I feel like I will dominate as a heel.
So, with you being a baby face right now, what would a heel turn look like for you?
I'm talking about taking everything from these people. I like, and the coolest, the best part about it is I don't cuss, so I'm not going to be like saying outlandish stuff. I'm not going to be fat shaming nobody or taking the low road. I'm just gonna get in my bag and show like, bro, everything that you ever loved about me, you ain't getting it. You ain't getting it. And I can really talk my battle rap talk. I could talk the talk that I really be wanting, like even some of the stuff I be wanting to tell people on TikTok. Like I could just say it. I could just do it. Like I promise it'll be different. It'll be different, bro.
So, so you're saying not only would your in ring, your promo work, all that stuff change, but your social media presence would change too.
All that changes. Everything changes. Everything changes. I'm going to treat people just the same way as I would treat the same people on the internet, the same way I would treat them wrestling fans. And I don't care who it is. I mean, I'm a crack jokes on my mama too.
Oh, mama ain't off limits.
I'm gonna say, ain't no telling what I'm gonna do. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure, like, and there's people that got a real, genuine, like, love and connection for me. I know how to break that. I know how to break that. Bro, I just want it, bro. I know. Look, I'm over here getting sweaty. Just want to do this. It's never going to happen in WWE probably. Like, because they used to let me. We do practice matches when I go and train. Like tomorrow, I go help. I always go there early. I don't have to be there till 4 o'clock, but I always there as soon as the door opens because I want to be there with the young people. I want to give back just the same way the wrestling is gave back to me. But they let us do practice matches, and anytime I volunteer, I'm being a heel, and they always say, "Bro, you are just so like they are." This is what they say, so I might be wrong. Maybe I've been yapping this whole time because even Ray's like, "Bro, you would be the greatest heel for about 6 months because you are just too entertaining." So like, so that he thinks that people will end up loving me. So maybe it'll never happen in WWA. But I got some clips on my YouTube, bruh, where I'm a heel, and y'all. I used to destroy these people in Illinois. I used to start the show and I would end the show and I would literally beat the brakes off their favorite wrestlers until everybody in the building left. It recorded on TikTok and everything. It was I had a blast. I had a blast.
I got one quick question, and then Dub, I get back, and this just popped into my head. All right, so your promotion, WWA, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, right? Didn't you guys have some two guys from a certain reality show in your promotion at one point? Is that your promotion that I'm thinking?
Oh, what two guys?
Little Scrappy and
No, that was in Atlanta.
okay, all right.
But you know what's crazy? I wrestled on that show in their little prelim things.
Yeah,
I actually wrestled. I was actually the first. Yes, I was actually the first match on that show. When Little
okay.
Scrappy and I met Little Scrappy and everything. It was on like the little pre-show joint they had, but I was the very first person they seen.
Yeah, cause I kept thinking, I was like, wait a minute, like, isn't that the same promotion? And I kept thinking to myself, but now you confirmed that it's not. But it's you wrestled on that show, so you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, I'm glad I asked the question though. But yeah, that go ahead, bro. I got a question. I got a follow up question to that. So go ahead, finish up, bro.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Keep it
All
going.
right. So my question was, right, what do you think of celebrities or musicians getting into the sport of professional wrestling and actually having success at it? People like Logan Paul, I Show Speed, recently Jelly
Bad Bunny.
Roll, Bad
Bad
Bunny.
Bunny.
What do you think
I
of them?
love it. I love it. Because like even when I'm in WWA, like and I know these ain't celebrities like them, but when big time people like Godfathers, all these people pull up, it's to me it's the same thing. They're bringing more eyes. That's more eyes that's gonna get to see me be great. That's bigger the attendance. Like all this is helping the business. It's not harming the business. And I know how wrestling fans can have whatever opinion on it they want. But if it's good for the business, it's good for me because at the end of the day, wrestling is a business. It ain't about friendships. It ain't like it's about making money. And I can respect the fact that a Jelly Roll, a Logan Paul, a Bad Bunny, even Speed doing the little quick run he had, they took it serious. They didn't just use it as, oh, we're gonna come around here. If you come around now, if you just showing up, you just playing around, and you ain't taking this serious, and we sitting here putting our real lives on the line, and we got kids and families too, I would have an issue with that. But for the most part, shoot, let's make this money. Let's make this money. You ain't doing nothing but putting more eyes on me, the champ. You know what I mean? I don't see an issue with it. It is what it is. And wrestling has always had celebrities in it. From WrestleMania one, I think a lot of wrestling fans they think the original WrestleMania was Hulk Hogan slamming Andre.
Hmm.
Not the fact that Mr. T and Cindy Lauper and all them was in the first, you know what I mean? It's been like this since the beginning, since I was a kid, so it don't bother me.
Yeah, I always ask that because some fans they don't enjoy when the celebrities get involved. I don't have a problem with it just as long as the celebrities take it serious and actually give effort. If you just gonna come in
Mhm.
there and you gonna look all crazy and discombobble and don't know what's going on and end up getting hurt, then I'm not really rocking with that. But if you could come in there and actually take it serious, like Lawrence Taylor when he wrestled against Bam Bam Bigelow, and he go in
Come
there and
on.
actually put on a fairly decent match for somebody that don't have the experience, then I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that. Like I could appreciate that. Like not for nothing, you know, although I don't agree on everything he says on social media, but Logan Paul, he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
For
Like as far
sure.
as a wrestler, he's really good. He's really good.
And Eddie became full time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's really, really good. He's gravitated to the art and he has made it work for him. You know what I'm saying? So not for nothing, he's doing his thing. I don't know how far I Show Speed is going to take it. But because I heard him get he got the rub from Randy Orton as far as like him being pretty good to gravitate to the sport if he chooses to. But like I said, Logan Paul is be doing his thing. I ain't even going front. I think he's pretty good. Yeah.
Shouts out to the
And the
celebs
fact
over
that
on
he's taking it.
AEW too.
Oh yeah. And the fact that Logan Paul's actually taking it serious. Some of these guys that they just show up and don't want to take it. Who was it? Travis Scott. Like,
Oh my God.
Not there now. I was tired of him. Now that's one of them I could care less about. I think if you bring some money in, cool, but I could care less about him. I'm not gonna cap.
Man, I was so disappointed in the whole Travis Scott thing. Like, I was so mad, man. I felt he's one of the down points of that whole John Cena run as far as a heel. That the whole heel turn itself was probably one of the greatest heel turns of all time. It's like you could put it in that conversation, but it got sour when all these other things behind the scenes happen, and then they send out Travis Scott. You don't send
To
out The
beat
Rock,
Cody for
and then he
the
messed
dude who
up.
ended Roman Reigns' the greatest title run we probably ever seen in our life. You send out Travis Scott.
And
That's crazy.
and then he botches by busting Cody's, nearly taking out his ear and making him deaf. You know what I'm saying? Even though they did try to cover it up and say that Cody told him to like lay it on him, nah. I'm not gonna tell no guy that's not trained to lay it on me. You know what I'm saying? As far as like
Didn't he have
hitting
like
me.
rings on too or something like that?
Yeah, like rings on, like in a watch or whatever the case may, wrapped around or something like that. Like you could hurt. He could have severely damaged that man for life. You know what I'm saying? That man got a family to go home to, man. Like, I understand, what Cody was doing or whatever, but I would have never told him to do that, man. That dude don't have no discipline. Like he nearly took out this man's ear. Like, so, nah, not me.
so where did the nickname the Hitmaker come from?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. It didn't come from nothing. It just came from the fact that like I felt like I needed what's it called, a moniker or a
Hmm.
nickname too. Yeah. Well, I just felt like I needed a new one. I felt like this was the different version of me coming back to the WWA, a place that I'd left and kind of had beef with on the way out. Like, and I felt like I wanted to show like I wasn't completely wrong of why I left, but the reason of why, like how I left was very disrespectful in my opinion. Now looking on it and maturing and stuff like that in my wrestling career. And I just felt like it needed to be something new. I needed something new, something that was gonna stick, something that I feel like people would have looked at like, and I've never heard nobody else call themselves that. Like, like there's a lot of saying Hitman's and the Iceman this or I just felt like that it played into me like starting and doing music when I was a kid into my teenage years into battle rapping, and I also feel like I feel like I'm in my prime now. I feel like I'm giving the best matches. I feel like it's like, they say banger after banger. I'm giving you hit after hit after hit. Except that tag team match. That wasn't no hit. That wasn't no hit. I ain't gonna lie. That was more like, I don't know. That was a flop. But that's really where it came from. I'm trying to like really like be the best. I'm trying to get every time I go out there, either whether I'm doing a promo, a live promo, or I'm giving you a backstage promo, or I'm having a wrestling match. I want you to feel like, nah, this is something different. I want you to look at me, whether I'm in WWE, like, nah, this dude could be in WWE. This dude could be in AEW. This dude, like, if he really was broadcasted, he could be the greatest of all time. So that's really where it came from. It wasn't like really nothing.
So you have brought this up a few times already about how you left WWA. So what's
Mhm.
the story behind that?
I could try to make this short because it's hard to like. It's a lot in it, but I'll try to make it as short as possible. Uh, COVID happened. I was supposed to win the national title when this was about to happen, right? But COVID happened. Whatever. When COVID happened, there was a Royal Rumble that popped up, and we all went to a Royal Rumble party with all the wrestlers, all the WWE wrestlers. And there was a guy that I brought into wrestling. His name is Matt Diesel. He's in the top 500 black wrestlers list too, and all that type stuff. I brought him in, and we became cool. We became like brothers. Like he was around my kid, my family all the time. You know what I'm saying? We was like that. If you're around somebody's kid, y'all cool, right? Y'all brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be around your kid, so we went there. The boss Chris, I didn't see him the whole time I was there, right? And we had started like we was bored. We was in COVID, and I collect action figures, belts, all that type stuff. We was bored. We just made a little figure group and stuff like that. And we used to do stuff like we used to give money back. We used to buy kids figures and toys, and we used to pay for single moms and put money in their pockets and stuff like that. That's the road we was going, doing stuff like that. And when we was leaving and we got in the car and it was in, I'll never forget, it was in Central City, Kentucky. And he was dropping me off in Madisonville. He lived in Evansville, Indiana. And on the way home, he just randomly said, "Hey, bro, Chris was there?" I was like, "Nah, I didn't see him." He was like, "Well, Chris said, yeah, I mean, I told Chris, hey, Willie's in there. You want to go say what's up to him?" And he was like, "Nah." Like, like he's basically making it seem like a nigga had a problem. My bad. He's basically making it seem like he had a problem with me, right? I felt weird about. I didn't react. Even back then, I would have reacted like that instantly, but I didn't for some reason. The next day, he calls me and he's like, "Hey, bro, Chris is talking about us again. He's telling me that you are gonna ruin my wrestling career." I'm like, "Me? What I done did?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like the 50 Cent me. Me? What I say? What I say? I let it go. He came to my house the next day and kept saying, like, this went on for like 7 days of him saying, "Hey, Chris is still talking about you, yada, yada, yada," right? On that 7th day, I looked out, I said, "Hey, bro," in front of my girl, in front of my kid and everything, I said, "Hey, bro, if you tell me this dude said something about us one more time and you don't say nothing back, we supposed to be brothers here, and you don't stand up for yourself," I said, "I'ma handle it." Right? Because I'm tired of it at this point. And I still didn't say nothing. I'd have bit my tongue for a week straight, and I don't do that for nobody ever. He told me one more time, and I just went on Facebook and crashed out. I didn't think to go talk to him, ask him. I didn't think about none of that. I just crashed out, and bro, I was saying some egregious stuff. I was saying, "Man, they racist. They don't even like black, they don't push the black race." I was just saying anything just because I was mad. Stuff like some of the stuff I didn't even mean. And I didn't even think that I was wrong until I left, until I realized this dude still wrestle there. He's still wrestling there. You told me all this stuff. We supposed to be brothers. You tell me he doing all this smack talk about us, but you still wrestling there? So it kind of went like that. And then, you know what I'm saying? I went and did my own thing. And then, hey, we back.
So, how did everything get resolved after all that?
I started like I ain't gonna lie, I started like feeling bad, honestly. I started feeling bad, and then I was like, you know what? Like, I don't hate these people. And I knew I didn't hate these people. I don't hate this company. I clearly knew he was lying. So I just did what I thought was honorable enough. I didn't apologize or nothing like that yet, but I did. I blew up big on social media, big time on social media. My first TikTok I ever posted was a WWA clip, and it got 32 point something million views on it. The first video I ever done ever on my first account. And I started to be grateful for that. And I ain't gonna lie, I started to be like, you know what? This is all like I'm blowing up, and all these videos are coming from WWA. And then Ray Waddell, my boy, who always used to hold me accountable when I was wilding out then, because I always had this little attitude. And he is like, "Hey, bro, do you want to be a part of the war, which is a battle royal, like Royal Rumble?" And they wanted me to be a surprise. I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." I was like, "Anytime you need me to do something, bro, I got you, bro." Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that was my dog. I went and did that once. They called me for another one, and I did that. And then I reached out to my Ray, and I was like, "Bruh, hey, man, I want to make this right, because I didn't leave on the right terms and all that." I said, "Bruh, if y'all ever want me to come back here, I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna be like it was. Like it won't be like it was when I was younger. It took some months ahead. It took like some hella months, and then he finally reached back like, "Hey, bro, we're gonna give you another shot, bro." And then like I could have probably instantly went to the top, all that crazy stuff, but I literally told him, "Treat me like a rookie. Treat me like a rookie. That's what I want. I don't want to be coming back the dude who got 120,000 followers. I don't want to be none of that. I want you to treat me like it's my first day. Let me work my way back up. Let me show you that this ain't no gimmick. I'm not just saying this to get over. I'm here to for real. I'm here to make give back to the place that gave me what I got." So I got back in. Pulled up to the shows for like and stayed in the back for like the first 3 months, not on the card, just waiting my turn. And so we got the ball rolling, and now like they honestly see the change. They see the difference. They see that I'm not just a person who's going to apologize and go back to doing, because that ain't an apology. An apology without changed behavior, it ain't no apology. You feel me? So I wanted to prove that, hey, no, this is real. This is really, I really matured. You know what I'm saying? I understand why I'm wrong. And we've been rocking ever since. They think I'm the locker room leader. I'm all type now. Like I get a lot of love now that I never would have expected.
And that shows a lot of growth and maturity on both ends, honestly, because you didn't have to reach out to them and say, "Hey, I want to," basically want to start over, and on their end, they didn't have to accept you back in. They'd be
Right.
like, "Nah, you burnt this bridge, you gone elsewhere." But nah, like it shows growth and maturity on both ends. So I applaud you for that, because there's a lot of people out there that would not take the same steps that either one of you made. I mean, we've seen and heard stories about some of the things that has gone on in the WWE even, or now
Hmm.
I think there's something going on with AEW and what's his name, the dude, he got signed with the Rascals but ended up going back to TNA.
Yeah. My boy, Trey Miguel. He just won the title
Yes,
too. He just
yes,
won the TNA
you know,
international title.
yeah, and so it's like there's so many things going on there. You hear all these stories, but to see that people can mature and people can put differences to the side for the betterment of business. I mean, it gets no better than that. And that's something you could take into outside of your workplace, whether if it's something that I do or something that he does or professional wrestling, like growth and maturity. It'll take you places if you allow it.
No, for sure. You don't always have to be right about everything, and it's all right to hold yourself accountable. And you know what I'm saying? It's all like it ain't a bad thing. It ain't a bad thing to grow and be like, nah, I used to, because once you do, you like I'll look back and I see people that like I used to act like, and it disgusts me. It
Yeah,
disgusts me. It's like, dang, I used to act like that, bro. You know what I mean? So like, it really is a beautiful thing, bro. It really is, and I'm grateful that they gave me this opportunity to make it up to them.
yeah, absolutely. So growth and maturity. 39 years old. How much time do you realistically believe that you have left in pro wrestling?
It's almost over. I'm not lying. No. No, genuinely, I probably feel like, as of right now, my answer will probably change in the next year or so, probably. But I would say, being 39, I think like of greatness of what I'm doing right now. Unless I get some a good contract from somewhere else, I probably got a good 4 or 5 years left of like being at the level that I'm on right now. Like I feel like I'm just now getting into my prime. So I would say about 4 or 5 years, if that, if that.
So, do you agree with somebody like AJ Styles saying he wants to get out before he gets to the stages of somebody like The Undertaker, who can barely get up and walk these days, or some of these older guys that are wrestling into 50s and 60s? Hell, Ric Flair is damn near 80, and he's talking about coming back for another
Or
match.
another match. Yeah, I think I'd rather be seen, like, even if I never made it to WWE or AEW, whenever you did see me, I don't want you to see somebody that just clinging on for clout, somebody who's just hanging around and taking somebody else's spot, because that's really what it is. Once you start dwindling and you ain't moving the same way you move, you ain't jumping how you move, you ain't talking, or you know what I'm saying. I feel like that's unnecessary. I don't feel like that's helping nobody. I don't feel like that's putting nobody over. You whooping up on an old decrepit person, or you losing. You like, imagine me be like barely can move in the ring and I'm beating one of y'all up and up and comers. I think that's stupid. I'd rather take my time. I'd rather take my talents and the knowledge that I got and just use it and be like a coach and be like helping with the booking, or what I'm saying, put me on commentary. There's plenty of other things you can do in the wrestling world than just be the wrestler. I don't want to go out, like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be a shell of myself still trying to get that one more match in.
Yeah, I feel that too. Because like you see some of these older guys, like I said, the Undertaker. He done had so many surgeries, can barely get. You can see whenever he does come out on TV or LFG, like he's laboring just to walk around. Like it's crazy to me. And
Struggling.
then yeah, it's just what I think they showed. I think I saw a picture or a video of John Cena getting out of a
Yeah,
limousine and it looked
yes,
like he was in a
yeah, bro.
lot of
When he was
pain.
walking, bro, he was walking like a super old man, dog. He was walking like he had the body of a 70-year-old. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So I implore anybody like that's in no, it doesn't matter what sport it is, whether football, basketball, pro wrestling, and yes, pro wrestling is a sport to some of you clowns out there. Pro wrestling is a sport. I would like to, you know, speaking of that,
See, I
I'll
don't
get
agree with that though. I like that people think like, I don't mind that people, but I don't think it's a sport.
why
You don't?
not?
Why not?
The only reason, because am I competing to be better than these dudes? Yeah, but like, I'm not going out there and actually beating somebody because I'm better than them. I'm beating them because I feel like somebody booked it for it to happen that way. I feel like we're very competitive because I tell people all the time, if you ain't an A+ with your promos, if you ain't an A+ in that ring, if you ain't an A+ when we doing backstage segments, if you ain't an A+ in your real life, you can have 3 A+ and be an A in a category, and I'ma smoke you because you ain't on top of your game. You feel me? I feel like we got that type of competitive, but I don't think like I'm actually winning something. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I love that wrestling fans say it's a sport because it makes me feel like I'm doing something good.
No,
So I don't mind if people.
like for me, I still feel it's a sport, and I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like all right, so in professional wrestling is one of the only sports that you can basically merge all all types of styles as far as combat sports into professional wrestling. I don't There's no other sport where you can merge fighting into it besides professional wrestling. You could take MMA and add it to professional wrestling. You could take martial arts, add it to professional wrestling. You could be a Wing
Okay, you
Chun
cooking.
you could be a Wing Chun expert and add it to professional wrestling. You could be an intercollegiate
Football.
wrestler and add it to professional wrestling. Hell, you could be the most athletic, dominant basketball player in the world and be a professional wrestler. Look at Omos. The dude used to be in the league. He's now a professional wrestler. You see what I'm saying?
Nah, I like that. I like that. You cooking with that. I ain't gonna cap.
So this is why.
And real quick, real
Go
quick, not
go
to
ahead.
cut you off, real quick, just to add on to that, we've also seen people from the baseball world, the basketball world, the
Mm-hmm.
football world
Mm-hmm.
come into try to be a professional wrestler, and not be able to cut it.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Look at Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't cut it. Didn't cut it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, and that's why I also consider wrestling a sport, because there are people that come from these other sports, try to get into it thinking it's going to be a cakewalk, and they
can't do it.
flounder.
They can't do
And
it.
you do, and I will give you this, you do kind of got to train to make the team too, because everybody don't make the team. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You are
Yeah.
competing for them spots. I'll give y'all that. I'll let y'all have that. I ain't even mad, man. They got me.
And another reason why I feel it's like a sport too is not only for the competitive nature part, you do have to have a certain grit as far as professional wrestling. And that grit is you literally have to develop that grit either when you're within the trenches of professional wrestling, or you got to already have that grit when you coming in, because if you don't, you could literally get pushed out as far as wrestling, and it can make you hate the sport. How many times we done seen people put themselves into all types of sports and they hate the sport because there's so much work to be done. You know what I'm saying? So, and I understand why people say, oh, it might not be a sport or whatever because of the choreography, because of the acting and things like that. But if you look at sports in general, there's still some choreography. You gotta study plays, don't you? You know what I mean? You gotta huddle up and you gotta talk to the quarterback before he throws the pass, don't you? You gotta sit down with the coach on the bench and go over a certain strategy to get the ball to the center, don't you? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when people look at it from that aspect, then they can see that, professional wrestling is just as much as a sport as any other sport. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're going over the choreography, that's you studying the plays. You know what I'm saying? When you sitting there talking to creative, that's you talking to the coach. You know what I'm saying? When you making your entrance through Gorilla, you know what I'm saying? That's you
It's like you
running,
coming through the tunnel,
coming through the tunnel.
with the power. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I feel like professional wrestling is a sport. My opinion.
I've
You know what
never
I'm
heard
saying?
nobody say that. I done debated so many people. That's the best explanation from a wrestling fan I've ever heard, literally, about why it is a sport to them. That is literally the best explanation I've ever heard. I wish you was on TikTok.
Oh, I am.
We are.
We
We are.
are.
We
We
both
are.
are.
Yeah, we are. We are. He records on TikTok on certain days, and I do too. We got our own separate connecting podcast from this one that we do. You know what I mean? Do together. So like, I got Bars Wrestling Media that I do on Thursdays, and then he got his podcast that he does on a certain day, and then we got our day where we come together and we do this. So yeah, we do, man. I was actually trying to look for you on TikTok. I found all your stuff on YouTube, but I was trying to look for you on TikTok as well.
I think it's just Willie Finesse on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok, I believe. My nickname is the Hitmaker Finesse, but I believe my actual username is just at Willie Finesse. I believe so.
Yeah, wow. Go ahead, bro. Let me look for it right now so I could follow back.
It's like 119,000. That's how you know it's me.
Yeah, I just put in Willie Finesse and he came right up. I'm already following you, but yeah, he has
I feel like I follow you. Do I not follow you? Your name,
No,
that name is
no.
too familiar. Well, I will as soon as it's over. I swear
Oh,
I've
snap!
seen
I
your
do
name
follow
pop
you.
up
I
before.
follow you. I follow you. Oh, I didn't know I follow you. It says
Do I follow
1,000.
you? I
Yeah,
usually when I see a black person follow me, I follow them back.
I believe you follow me back. I can't tell if you
If
do or
not,
not.
I
You can
promise I got y'all right after this.
Huh?
you can
But I
tell if
definitely want to hear
somebody's
what y'all got
following
to
you
do.
if you hit the message button and it allows you to send a message to them, or you'll get the message at the top. You can only send one message until they accept your request, reply to you, or follow you. So that tells me that he doesn't follow me, but I do follow you.
No,
Okay.
it'll be done at the end of the night.
Yeah, I just sent you a message so then you see it's me. So yeah, I follow you. Yep. All right. Okay.
But yeah, even there's another thing too that you brought up earlier in the show, running the ropes. Like, do you? Not everybody can get in there and run the ropes. I look at the way some of the professional wrestlers, including yourself, look at running the ropes to what I went through when I was in, because I did 10 years in the army and going to
Well,
basic
appreciate your
training.
service, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. But there's a reason why only 1% of the population join the military, because not everybody can do it. And let me tell you something. There were days, there were days that I wanted to quit. There were days where I called my mother when I did have a relationship with her, crying my ass off. Come get me. Come get me. And I'm 23, 24 years old at the time. And so I look at it like that too. Like, not everybody can do it. We've already said that, we've seen some of these what people consider real professional athletes try to come do it and they flounder. Just like we've seen people in the police forces or, CIA and stuff like that try to join the army or the Marines or something like that. And they don't cut it. There's a reason why, because it takes a special individual to be able to get through the training that you guys do or the training that I went through and stuff like that. Like, it's not everybody can do it. So that's why I feel like you guys are also athletes. You guys are professional athletes at that, not just regular athletes. You're professional athletes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, for
Obafemi,
sure.
I get it. He's a different kind of monster. I mean, he's different. But he was doing track and field for the University of Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So, but like we said, he's a special kind of character. Brock Lesnar, another special kind of individual. Like, bro was wrestling at the University of Minnesota with Shelton Benjamin. Shout out Shelton Benjamin, and came into the WWE. Vince McMahon saw it, strapped a rocket ship to him. Didn't quite work out well at his first run with WWE. Goes to the UFC, dominates in the UFC, just to come back to the WWE. Not everybody can do what you guys do. You gotta give y'all's profession more credit, because not everybody can do it.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
For
you're right,
sure.
and it's like a struggle too. Of always like it's a lot that goes into wrestling from the but like you got to be on perfect timing. You have to you have to have good and people say I know it sounds crazy, but you have to have great in ring IQ. You have to know where to place yourself in the ring because every anybody in wrestling knows every bump that you're supposed to take in that ring is supposed to be in the middle of the ring. Unless you're just randomly doing one of the moves, which I hate is when they suplex you in the corner or something like that. But almost everything you're supposed to do is supposed to lead you right back to the middle of that squared circle. And I think all that like trying to always trying to remember like your facial expressions to sell to work the crowd to do all that while trying to memorize a whole match in your head like it is difficult while running the ropes and putting your body through a lot of pain and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, man. So I would implore you. Hey, you have your beliefs, hey, and you do this for a living. So who am I to say that you're wrong? I'm just saying I'd give y'all a little bit more credit. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
I appreciate it.
Hmm.
um. So speaking of stuff that hurts, what's the hardest hit that you've taken as a professional wrestler so far?
Hardest hit was man. I called it too because all my family was there. But it was the first time I ever wrestled for the WWA Championship in Evansville at the Memorial Coliseum. Boy, my family was there, and I told my dog Tony Evans, who's in OVW right now, doing his thing. Man, shout out my boy Tony Evans. I had him suplex me on the floor. On the and we don't have the WWA, I mean the WWE mats and stuff on it. It was all floor. He suplexed me so hard on that floor that I wear a belt and I still wear one to this day. I always wear a belt when I wrestle with my tights, right? it popped my whole belt from the back to the front. Like it snapped my whole belt in half. Boy, it was the worst. That was the worst feeling ever in life. It was terrible, dog. That's probably the worst bump I ever took ever. That's probably the worst thing that probably like because I've never been injured. Let me knock on the wood. I've never been injured or nothing like that. But that's probably the most I've came close.
Did it knock the breath out of you?
It knocked everything, bro. It knocked everything out of me. It was rough, dog. Like it hurt so bad that I started to get blew up. Like, and I don't really get tired like that. I get real sweaty, but I don't get tired. But like it took my breath away so bad that I was trying to catch it so fast that like I literally blew myself up. It was so bad. It hurt so bad, dog.
So with that being said, what's the most favorite match that you like to work in? What's your least favorite match that you worked?
You know what's great? I've only had one. Well, really two, but right, I've only had one match that actually had a stipulation to it in my entire wrestling career. Everything I've done has either been like regular matches, fatal four way. Like I've never been in a ladder match. I've only had a cage match, which was my favorite. I love that. But other than that, I've only had regular matches. So like, I really like all I can say is the cage match. Everything else, I've just been
Dang.
out. I've just been out there, grab like tag team matches, stuff like that. I've never went through like what a lot of these other wrestlers have had to go through, and I thank God for that because I've never been injured in 11 years. I've been hurt sometimes, but I've never been injured.
Is there a reason why you haven't worked anything outside of like the fatal four ways or a cage match or something like that?
Yeah, because I like especially when I was on the outside and I wasn't in WWA, I specifically made it a thing not to because I always learned from Randy Orton in the early days when he would do stuff that's out of the ordinary for him. Like when they say when you're over, you shouldn't have to do that much. And I was always trying to like him and Miz. Miz is somebody I really look up into wrestling, and he always taught me that you like the best ability in wrestling is availability, and the less I do, oh dang, hold on, the less I take chair shots, the less I take get thrown off of ladders and stuff, the more I could keep giving back to the business, and I'm grateful that I've never been hurt, and I think that is probably one of the reasons because I've never done a bunch of the crazy stuff.
So you're one of the lucky few because I know we've talked to some wrestlers that have done some of them death matches.
No
So
Cersei,
would you ever consider doing like a ladder match or a death match or you know
no death matches, no death matches, no death matches. Shout out to the people that do it. That's not my cup of tea. I can't do it. I can't. I don't want to get slammed on thumbtacks, and I don't want to get stapled in my face. Uh, None of that. I don't want to do none of that. But I do like on my bucket list. I do want to have a ladder match, just one. Even if I do more, that's fine. But I don't just want to be in matches just to be in them. I want them to mean something. That cage match that I had, it meant something. It was not only was it first all black cage match, it was like actual me and Game Time Onyx really had a real story going into that. We had a heated feud going into that. So like I wanted to mean something. I would definitely love to do a ladder match though. I would love. I'll take them. I'll take them crazy bumps at one time, but don't ask me again after that. And
He
I
said,
want to
"Don't
do
ask
the
me
Ultimate
again."
X. I do want to do the Ultimate X match that we be having. I've never got to do that either, but I think like certain stuff, I just want to test myself just to see what it's like.
Yeah, yeah,
But
that's
no death
that.
matches though.
That's that light skin attitude. No death matches.
Oh, I'm not trying to bleed. I'm not. I'm not. Not- no death matches, bro. We be cool with everything else, man. No death matches, bro. I
Nah.
ain't trying to get hit with no light tube, guy.
Oh man. Whew. I
See, I
s-
don't know if I like pain that much because he's talking about you like pain. I do, but I don't know if I like it that much. I don't know.
yeah. Look, I understand totally. Like if I was to get into wrestling, I'm not doing no death
Your
matches
ass too old
neither.
for that shit.
I'm not doing no death. You're right. You're right. I am too old. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't mind taking a bump or two. You know what I'm saying? Just to experience it or having a match or two. I said other content creators do it. I could represent the podcast and jump in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You see, BDE got signed,
yeah,
so
he got signed to TNA. He got signed to TNA, and he's pretty good too. I forgot to mention his
yeah, he
name.
ain't bad.
Yeah, he's
He ain't
pretty
bad
good
at
too.
all.
He's pretty good too. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. I ain't
So
mean to
if
cut you
there's
off.
speaking of getting signed to promotions, what okay, so we got the WWE, we have TNA, we have AEW. Those three are considered the three biggest
Big
American
dogs.
brands around. I think there's a lot of people that are starting to put MLW up there. I feel like if MLW
Hmm.
can get them a TV deal, they might pass TNA because a lot of their stuff has been really good. So out of the, I'll say four. I'll throw MLW in there. So out of the four companies, which company fits Willie Finesse's style the best?
If you would have asked me years ago, I would have said, "Well, fits my style the best." Or okay, that's not where I would choose. Okay, what fits my style the best is probably WWE, and that's only because it's more they're more focused on how good your promos is, how your character. It's more about character work and acting and storytelling than it is about the professional wrestling. I think that would fit my style better. That or maybe TNA.
So you said if you would have asked me this a certain amount of time ago, what would you say then?
No, no, I was talking about. I was thinking in my head, and you was asking where would I choose to go? Where would I like to go?
Where would you like to go?
Well, if you would have asked, like now that if you would have asked me that some years ago, I would always say WWE. But like knowing what I know now, I would 1000%. I would easily choose AEW easily any day. They
Is
got
it
better. Like
because
they treat you better than
go
not
ahead,
because
go
they
ahead, yeah.
treat you better. The people, y'all probably do know this because y'all really seem like y'all some of the most knowledgeable wrestling fans I've ever talked to for real. And this our first conversations for real. But in WWE, you get paid good there. Don't get it twisted. But they pay for their own hotels. They pay for all. AEW takes care of you. AEW really takes care of you. They take care of their talent. And not only that, AEW is so cool that I could wrestle for AEW and they would still let me come back and support WWA. They would still let me, you know, like they show more love to the independent. They in Black History. They was they was quick to post the black people on Black History. They were quick to show love. They let the crowd chant F Ice. You can't do all that. You can't. Like I feel like I could be more comfortable as a black man in AEW than I could in WWE. I really do. So I'm definitely choosing AEW, man, for sure. And you can be creative. They let you be creative. They give you the chance to sink or swim. They don't say we're going to change your name to to Peter Hammersberg. That's who you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? They give you a chance to really. They give me a chance to do my own thing. So like I would choose AEW 12 times out of 12.
So you brought up the whole F Ice chance and what how did it make you feel? You know, because you said you would choose WWE because it fits more what you like to do today. But did it turn you off any when you saw Triple H with Donald Trump?
Yes, 1000%. Well, that it I even posted it on my Facebook. It throws me off with anybody. I don't care who it is. It throws me off with anybody. If you support people like that and people like even when I don't wish death on nobody. Even when Charlie Kirk got killed, when you promote people like that, they go against me. They go against what I stand for. And I wrestle in WWA. There's black people there. There's gay people there. There's straight people there. And a lot of things, we got a lot of Mexicans in there. Shouts out to the Mestizo Dynasty. We got a lot of that there. And if you're willing to support people that go against not just me, my family, my kids are black. I wrestle with these people that y'all are being homophobic to, and I love them just like it don't matter to me. I don't like it bothers me because somebody like if I'm gonna say I'm a ride with you, I'm a ride with you, and if you got a problem with the people that I love, I got a problem with you. So like that's why like the Triple H and the Linda McMahons and a lot of that has turned me off because if you're willing to start throwing your morals away, what would you do to me if I was there? How you gonna feel about me when if I walk in the building? You know what I'm saying? It still makes me like as great as wrestling is, and I praised all the black people getting, but that don't mean they're gonna last forever. It don't mean there's still not couldn't be a hidden agenda somewhere either. Triple H is the same person that was saying the same stuff to Booker T. We all remember. We all remember that classic promo. So
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I don't
Dance
rock with
for me,
that. I
Booker.
don't rock with the yeah, yeah. Do a little dance for me. Do all that. So
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I'm very, yeah. I've been very eerie and definitely been calling them out a lot. If I ain't have real friends that work there and people that I wrestled there, then man, yeah, I don't know. I might be if I wasn't a wrestler or something, I probably wouldn't even be watching WWE right now, if I'm being real with
Hey, that's saying a lot too, because I mean you're deep into the business, so that's saying a lot. If you wouldn't even watch the promotion if you wasn't involved in it. Real quick, I've been racking my brain, racking Googles because I've been all over the Googles as we've been doing this. Does WWE have a website?
you. Yeah, no, they have a YouTube, we got Facebook. The YouTube is WWA is now, IS now on YouTube. Everything else I'm sure is probably World Wrestling Alliance or no, it's probably WWE is now on Instagram, but they're like we don't have an actual website, but they're on every social media, including TikTok. They're everywhere.
Okay, I just looking. I just wanted to pull up the page and just look at some things after we were done. But I've been searching the Googles when I'm not asking a question. I'm on the Googles looking to see what I could find. And but yeah, that helps
Look
me
up
out now.
Halloween
Cause so
Hell. Look up Halloween Hell 2025. I'm the first. Me and Game Time Honest. We the first ladder. We the first case man. We the first match on the card, man. I think y'all
yeah,
would genuinely be impressed with WWE with the setup, with the ring. I think y'all would genuinely be impressed. Like, okay, this ain't just no average indie company. No, they doing it. They doing their thing. Like with the looks, they don't play. That's why I love wrestling there. Like you see how beautiful this title looks, right?
yeah, that's a
Like,
nice. That is nice. That is
Yeah,
nice.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at WWA World Wrestling Alliance presents. It's like it says World Wrestling Alliance. Yeah, World Wrestling Alliance presents, and then they got a few guys in the ring right now. Then I'm looking at another one with War Talk. It says War Talk. WWA is now, and then there's another one I'm looking at right now. WWA Hysteria 10th anniversary.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I
I
just
want to
I
see that cage match.
It's on the if you go click on it's a Halloween Hell 20. It's like it's gotta be like on the one of the fifth or sixth videos from the top. Like it ain't that far away because
I
they
see it.
Hysteria is only once a month. So
I
Halloween
see
Hell
it.
2025. Bro,
Yeah,
wait till you
Halloween.
play that. What you go play that, and when you see the entrance, you see my entrance. Like, you go like, oh no, okay, he's lit out here for real, right? Dude's lit, right? You go see the crowds are lit. It's a beautiful thing, bro. It really is.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it for
Yeah,
sure.
I got it pulled up right now. I got it saved up so I can. So as soon as we done here, I'm gonna lay down, get my son put in bed, and then I'm gonna lay here. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
watch it.
you'll be y'all think you'll be impressed. We even had a little slip up in the match and we still fixed it. Like on the spot. Fixed it. He was gonna power bomb me. He couldn't get me, but I still grabbed the cage and climbed. It was tough. It was tough.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
proud of
I'll
that
definitely.
match.
So you guys are based out of your home state, Kentucky.
Kentucky and Indiana.
Okay, yeah, because I thought I saw something when I used the Googles. It showed Indianapolis.
No, we Evansville, Indiana, and stuff like that. We ain't never wrestled in Indianapolis.
Okay,
There might have been
okay,
two WWAs before too. So I don't know if that there's multiple wrestling companies with the same.
yeah. I think that's what I'm seeing right now because I think it says World Wrestling Association is what it's saying.
Yeah, we
Indianapolis.
alliance. Yeah.
Yeah, this was from 1964 to 1989, where like their biggest person was like Scott Steiner early in his career. Bobby the Brain Heenan was there, so yeah. Yeah, I got you pulled up on the YouTubes now. So as soon as we done here, I'm gonna watch that. I want to see that cage match.
I want you to tell me what you think about it, man. Because a lot of people tell me, one of my biggest critics, Astro, he was like, "Nah, bro, that's a classic for you." And he looked me dead in my face before, like, "Hey, bro, you ain't got no classics, bro." Like that's how
Oh,
much of a critic he is, and that's my homie. He was like, "Nah, you ain't got no." I made him bite his words with that one.
oh yeah, I'm definitely checking it out. Then I gotta see what you're talking about. Gotta see what you're talking about. Talking about a classic? Okay,
Yeah, that's
all
what
right.
he said. Hey, Astro words, not mine, man.
Uh, Bars, you got anything else before I get to the quick hitters?
No, well, all right. Let me ask this one question real quick. If you could step into the ring with any wrestler, past or present, to truly test your skills, who would it be and why?
Roman Reigns.
Oh, okay. Any
He's one
reason
of the
why?
biggest stars because he's one of the biggest stars I ever seen. He literally has mastered everything. He has mastered what it's like to like. I like people to change the game, and he changed the game. He mastered the storytelling aspect from facial expressions, promos, making something a big match feel. I just wanted to get. That's why I really feel like I would, if I was in a ring with somebody like that, that would test me to my highest capacity. I genuinely believe that.
Wow. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing that, honestly. I wouldn't mind seeing that for sure. Like I think that would be dope. I think that would be dope. Do you would if saying that, so if has any opportunities presented themselves to you where you could go do like maybe a WWE tryout or AEW
Mhm.
tryout or TNA tryout or New Japan tryout or anything like that?
I've had both AEW and WWE, but everybody sometimes people call me crazy for it, but I decline both of them because I know the truth about me. And my pride, like I get the question all the time. Do you think you ever can go be in WWE? What do you got to do to be? Because they love my wrestling, they love the way I talk. Honestly, I let myself go like 2 years ago. Anybody that ever seen me personally, I got massively overweight to the point where I became a pre-diabetic. That's how bad overweight I was, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I literally like slimmed like so what y'all see now, it fails in comparison to what I used to be. Only thing I got left to do, which is clearly showing now video after video, is getting my muscles back. It's getting my muscle up. Like I look like skinny in the arms and I want to look like I'm a real superstar. That's the only thing I'm lacking. That's the only thing. And I realize that, and I'm not gonna be fake and act like that's not like that doesn't. It matters to me. It might not matter to certain people, but it matters to me.
Well, I definitely understand why it would matter. We just got finished talking about looks and persona and in ring character and things like that. So, and we just got finished saying how important that is. To have a certain look and have a certain mystique that will gravitate. What I mean, to the audience. So, I get it. I understand. Um, Now that you're in the process of getting yourself back to where you want to be, right? What is your routine as far as working out?
2 a days, like it's either you do, like so, you got your arms, days. Sometimes you got your legs. Sometimes you got your chest. But you
Mm-hmm.
always put cardio in the second time. You always put the car. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. It's always something, something. Then cardio.
Mm-hmm.
don't eat, like don't overeat. You don't do this. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of discipline that comes with that. With trying to be fit and trying to do. I'm trying to do all this the right way. No, I'm not. Don't no steroids. We ain't taking no. Like I'm not taking no creatines, none of that type stuff. I don't do none of that stuff. Shouts out to the people that do the creatine, but I don't do none of that. I just try to literally go and just do it every day. You know, even when you don't want to do it, you do it. You know what I'm saying? When you do like the days I don't want to do it, that's when I go the hardest because I didn't want to do it in the first place.
Yeah. Not for nothing though, but your body makes its own natural creatine anyway. So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that it does. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna front. I was when I was younger, I was into a little bit of the creatine, like when I was when I was doing playing football and things like that, and I was always doing powerlifting and all that type of stuff. So I was into it a little bit, but then I just I just just got away from it and just wanted to stick to like just protein and trying to get my muscles to work for me the way I wanted to instead of having creatine to bloat you up because that's what creatine do.
Yeah, that's what they
Creatine,
do. I know. Yeah, there's yeah, it ain't I tried it before, not during this time losing the weight, but like back in the day, and it always made me feel like I was gonna have a heart attack. So
hmm
I don't think it was for me.
yeah, I stopped creatine a long like I haven't messed around with creatine like in what 20 plus. You know what I'm saying? Like it just wasn't something I wanted to rock with anymore. You know what I mean? Just because of making it make you feel bloated and water, like retaining all that weight. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that feeling. So yeah, go ahead, bro.
Bro, I was actually in the same spot that you was in. I was 320 pounds at my heaviest after I got
Oh
out
yeah,
of
you
the
was bigger than
army.
me.
Bro,
I
after I
was
got out of the
huge too
army, I
though,
let
bro. It was
myself go.
terrible. I was terribly. If y'all would have seen me at Bad Blood, you'd be like, no, this ain't the same dude right here. He did something, bro. Like I was terribly overweight, terribly.
But it's good that you actually put in the work to bring yourself back down. I mean, it's good that you recognize like if I don't do this, this is going to happen. You know,
Mhm.
I actually let it happen to me where I became a type 2 diabetic. It wasn't pre-diabetes, a type 2 diabetic. So
Dang,
yeah, I went from 320 at my heaviest to now at 225.
bro.
My wife
So
says I look like a
you might
stick.
understand this, bro. You might understand this. Can you imagine, bro? This is what I've been doing for this. Can you imagine wrestling on metformin?
No.
I have to wrestle on metformin every week. It is the worst. It's like, bro, it makes you feel crazy, bro. And you might not know bars. You might not. When you take metformin, it like makes you like very sick, bro. It makes you like sick. It makes you like it gives you the like. Some people give you the runs. Like it's the one of the worst feelings ever, bro. One of
Now
the
I
worst
know
So
feelings ever.
I know about metformin. I know about metformin.
so I started
Oh
out on that
yeah,
and I went to I'm still on it today, which is the once a week shots. And I remember the first time I started taking, I because I'm at the highest dosage that you can get for the Manjaro, and my first like 2 or 3 times taking that shot, I had to call in to work. I had to call in to work because I was vomiting. I had the runs. It was bad. It was bad. But now my body's getting used to it, so I don't have those same reactions anymore. But it was so bad. It was, I wouldn't have wished it on my worst enemy how I felt.
oh yeah. That I'm telling you, bro. They don't know, boy.
Mm-mm.
I just know how I feel being a pre-diabetic, knowing somebody that got it, and there's a couple people that rather, bro. I know it. I know it's worse for them. I know it has to be worse for them.
Yeah, because you definitely have to watch what you eat, and you have to watch it. You have to watch everything. You have to test your blood
Everything.
sugar daily. You have to do all kinds of stuff. Like yeah, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And what's funny is I always knew that I had a 50% chance of becoming a full blown diabetic because my mother is a full blown diabetic, but my father isn't. And then my grandparents on my mother's side, both of them were full blown diabetics. They've since passed. And then on my father's side, they weren't. So I always knew I had a 50% chance of getting it, but I never thought it'd hit me because I was like, I played football and basketball and baseball in high school. I joined the military. But it's like, once
No,
you
none of
get
that
out of that,
matter. That's crazy,
nope,
right?
nope. Because
It
once I
don't
got out,
none
I
of
was doing whatever it is I
that
wanted to do. Next
matter.
thing, yeah, it doesn't, and it really doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, you can be the healthiest person out there and still get it. If it's in your genes, it's in your genes. There's
Yep.
nothing you can do about it. But shout out to you, man, for recognizing it before it hit actual full blown diabetes.
Yeah, because I was about to, cause I almost died one day. That's how I knew.
Hmm.
Like I was throwing up blood, all type of stuff, and then they took my blood. They was like, "Hey, bro, you better be lucky you made it in here before you caught diabetes, the actual like." But I still got to take the medicine every day, so twice
Yep.
a day, in the morning and at night, 500 milligrams.
Whew. Shout out to you
Be
because that stuff
killing,
ain't no
be killing your boy.
joke.
Boy, I'm telling you, turn your boy up.
That's a that stuff ain't no joke.
Hell no.
Let's hit a couple of quick hitters real quick. What separates Willie Finesse from everyone else on the card?
The Mamba mentality, the will that ain't that no matter what happens, nothing is like it. Even when I won this title, everybody like always be like, "Man, I know you're happy. I know you feel good." The first thing on my mind is, "Well, I gotta be better at promos. I gotta be better at like. I only want to get better. I think I have the strive for greatness, and I'm not saying nobody else wants to be great, but I don't think they drill it in their head as much as me.
That's Mamba mentality. What's tougher, training or staying consistent on the road?
Staying consistent on the road, honestly,
And,
because
and
that's
in
really how
your
you make your
case,
name.
is it because of the with the medication that you have to take twice daily, and then having to watch what you eat and stuff like that? Does that make it tougher?
Yeah, yeah, for that, and on top of you got, especially I'm speaking on like like now, especially I already got a 10-year-old. Then I'm married. I got a wife, and I got a bonus kid. She and her knocked out right now. I got a kid coming here Tuesday. So you got you're separate. You're losing that that time, that quality time, that family time, and just what I'm saying. What I'm saying? My daughter lives in a different, my 10-year-old lives in a different place. So you're like, what I'm saying? You're just missing out. And I just feel like that's harder. That's the toughest thing. Like me being like working and like getting, that's nothing. That's a genuine habit. Even being a father and all this stuff is, but being away from that and trying to like build a life for them by doing this, like I take away a lot of their time. You know what I mean? They lose a
Yeah,
lot of my time. So I think that's the hardest, honestly. That's what makes it difficult.
yeah, I feel you there. I mean, I even feel that way just going to work in the mornings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get up in just enough time to get ready for work and walk out the door, and they're right behind me going to school. I have three. I have two of my own and one bonus, and it's just like I sometimes I hate going to work. You know what I'm saying? Just
Well,
because.
we the same
When I,
person, ain't we? We got the same everything. The two kids, the bonus kid,
yeah, man.
diabetes. But it is very difficult. It makes you feel like you ain't. I'm not doing enough. Like, and that's the
Right.
mental part that plays. I feel like, dang, bro, you putting more work into to doing this and to being a wrestler than you're. But really, all this is for them. All this is it's like to show my daughter who's been watching me since she was a baby that you can do whatever you say you want to do. And it's gonna show my daughter Stormy in there. You can do what you want to do. I don't care what it is you say you want to do. You can go say you want to be a twister board for all I care. You can be that. Because if I can do it, you can do it. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm making a decent, good living off of being a professional wrestler. So like it all pays off too, because it's true. She got everything she wants. So
And that's all you can really do is do your best, and I always strive to make sure that mine get what I didn't get. So that's also a big part for me also. Um Interest music you would use if copyright didn't matter.
copyright didn't matter. Ooh. I know they got something for young, like a young Jeezy. Uh, either young Jeezy I put on for my city or something like Kanye West can't tell me nothing. Something like that. Something tough, you know what I'm saying? So especially if I was a heel. Something like that. Yeah, that'd be
Ooh.
tough.
Can't tell me
Or
nothing
that
would hit
T.I.
different as a heel.
Yeah, you wait till I get my money. Yeah, that'd be tough, dog. I'm telling you.
That would hit
As a
different as a
heel
heel.
too? Come
Yeah,
on.
I like that
Yeah,
one.
that'd be
If wrestling didn't exist, what would you be doing right now?
I'd probably be I'd probably be rapping. I'd be rapping. I 1000% would be rapping. Not battle rapping either, just like rapping, like actual, like I would have put the pen to paper for real, for real.
Right, right.
Me and you got a link because I do music too. Like, have you seen the videos? The videos I've written the bars and stuff for those AI generated versions of me and my
I
bro.
seen you.
Yeah,
That was tough. You see, I don't know if you think I was over here, bob my head. I said, okay, oh, you see, because I see you, but so both of y'all in the car. I said, oh, he's spitting over here. Okay,
yeah,
okay. You
yeah,
got a New York flow too. You rap like you from New York.
yeah. That's what everybody say.
You
Like,
got that.
that's what everybody say. Like people tell me all the time that I got like a New York type of style. I'm heavily influenced by New York, rappers. I listen to a lot of D Block, Jada Kiss, Griselda, Nas. Old Jay Z, not the Jay Z of now, the Jay Z Reasonable Doubt, like
Come
that
on.
yeah that Jay Z. Few other cats that I keep on deck, but yeah.
It'd be dope if you rapped over my interest. That's what they've been asking me to do that for a long day. Like, man, you need to get somebody to rap or you rap over your theme song. And I just always just let it go in and
I could
word
do
one
that.
in there after
I gotta
other.
listen. I could do
But I
that.
think but but I think a finesse anthem type song would be tough. I actually really think that would be tough.
Give me a minute. I could do that. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna listen to it tonight. Matter of fact, as soon as
And
I'm
if you
done, I'm
don't
gonna listen to it.
and if you don't like the beat, man, we can find something new.
Nah, I definitely could do that. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's two of them. Didn't ain't you supposed to be doing something for Carter Black too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Carter Black asked me to write some promos and stuff for him too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waiting for when he officially returns to the ring, and he could give me some ideas on what he's looking for, and then we just gonna roll from there. But yeah, yeah, man, I'm heavy. I'm heavy into the pen and pad, man. We gonna talk. We gonna talk. We gonna talk.
I'm
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
let's see here. Have you ever forgot a spot in mid match before?
Thank God for this. That's one of my best qualities and traits is my memory. And I've in 11 years, I've never forgot a spot. Ever. Ever. Have I botched before? Yes, but I've never forgot a spot. And that's because
Okay,
of battle rap too. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember your rounds and all that. I like all that. They kind of played a part. But I have a great memory, so that's one thing I ain't got to worry about.
I'm a because you said botch again, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. And I know I'm not in the business and stuff like that, but I don't like the word botch because I think a lot of people forget that professional wrestling is like a live action show,
Mm-hmm.
and mistakes do happen. You know what I'm saying? And just like in a football game, why do they throw the penalty flags? Because somebody made a mistake. It's a live action. It's a live action show. So not everything is going to be pristine. Not everything is going to be precise. Not everything is going to be perfect. Somebody will mess up, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's perfectly fine because it's not like it's pre-recorded and then well, let's go back and do this again and see if we can get it right. No, like you're doing this live in front of a bunch of people, whether if it's at the arena or on TV. So and that's why I hate it when people point out, on social media, oh, this person botched here. Like, okay, motherfucker, let's see you get up there and do the same thing. Let's see if you can hit it.
Right.
I bet
Nah,
you
for real.
can't.
Yeah, so you get one
uh
take when you go out there. That's it.
that's it. That's it. Let's see here. One thing wrestling fans complain about too much.
Oh my God. Just, I think wrestling. Oh my God. There's a plethora of stuff. I think they complain too much about like pushes. I think that's one thing. They complain a lot about pushes, about like, and not really. We talked about earlier. They don't really understand what a push really means or what that is. You know what I'm saying? They think that everything revolves around. Oh my God, that we put him on the main roster and he didn't go 193 and 0 as soon as he debuted. Oh my God, they're burying him. Oh my God, like everything's the end of the world if it don't go exactly how they plan in their head. Though that's man. Don't let me get started on these wrestling fans, bro. Don't get me started,
Hey, we could probably have a whole nother show just based off of what us wrestling fans
bro.
complain about.
Boy,
I know me and him. I know we're guilty of some things too. We're not perfect.
should we all complain a little bit? No, don't get twisted. We all complain a little bit, but I think there's justifiable complaining, and then just complaining just to complain. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
when they unify the title. Oh my God, why bro? They unify the WWE title and world title every like 7 years, bro. Then the tag titles is coming next, bro, and then they gonna call one the world tag team and bro. It always happens, bro. It always happens.
And it's going to continue to be that
It
revolving door.
you know. No, hold on. I want to do this. Wrestling fans, y'all complain too much about AEW and you don't even watch the product. And the only reason why you don't watch the product is because you feel like you're cheating on WWE. I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them WWE fans. I'm so sick of them. Sick of them.
That
They
is
hurting the wrestling
very,
business.
very, very, very true. Very, very
God.
true.
And
Very
can I say
true.
this real quick? Can I say this real quick about that? I think it goes both ways personally because I see it on other social medias where people don't watch WWE and they only watch AEW, but then they bitch and complain about WWE. Like, either way you look at it, how the hell you bitching and complaining about something you don't even
And don't
watch?
watch it. You don't even watch it.
So yeah, I definitely get you, bro, because I see it all the time on TikTok. Like, I
Yeah.
know damn well you don't watch this. Why the fuck is you having a whole entire 2 hour live about something you don't even watch?
Because because they want views.
That's all it is. That's all it is. They need to get more people like Willie Finesse on there to shut them up.
I be turning them up on TikTok every day, every day. That's what I do. We debate on live, and I be turning people up, bro.
Hey, we gonna get up
Getting
on there.
coins doing it. Nah, y'all can definitely come anytime. Y'all got a free pass on the panel, man. Free pass. Ain't y'all black, bro?
Hey,
Yeah, we definitely if you let us know which days that you will be recording and going live, we definitely will pop in there and support you.
All right, I'm every day at 12 my time, Central Time. So it'd probably be like 1 or whatever for y'all.
Okay.
But
No,
every
I'm
day,
central
mostly
right along with you.
Yeah, I'm Eastern Standard.
except like Saturdays. Saturday I wrestle, so I might go live early. I might not go live at all.
Hmm.
So, but
Yeah.
Monday through
Yeah, yeah,
Friday,
yeah.
guaranteed 12 o'clock.
Uh, uh, in the afternoon or at night?
Not afternoon. I'm old. I'm
Okay.
about 40. I be sleep.
Yeah, well, like I said, as soon as we done here, I'm gonna turn your match on. I'm gonna hit the bed.
No.
Yeah, I got work in the morning, so I'm definitely gonna be hitting the bed soon.
Well, with that being said, I got two more questions. One of them is a quick hitter, and then one is the one that we always in the show with. So, the last one of the
All right.
quick hitters: main event or steal the show?
Main event. Main
You don't want to
event.
steal the show?
I mean,
All right. Well,
I can.
well.
I mean, I'd rather be the reason y'all. Hey, I'd rather be the reason them butts in the seats for you to steal the show.
Uh,
Mhm.
They can have it.
I felt that.
They can have all that.
I felt that one. I'm the reason why y'all got to steal the show. Hey, I felt that. That's
No reason
hey,
why the people.
bro. That's a heelish kind of behavior right there.
I told you I'm not your typical baby face, bro. I'm not your typical baby face.
That was some heelish behavior. Now you only got to steal the show because I put them butts in the seats. Like
No cap.
that cuts. Anything you like to add, bars?
No, I'm good. I just appreciate homie for coming through on the show. You know what I mean, and discussing his journey, telling us about his story, things of that nature. You know what I mean, displaying that dope title. That title is fire. That
It
title
is.
is dope.
Appreciate y'all, man. Come
That
on, man.
that
This for the
title,
people.
yeah, that title is fire. I got to admit that
Oh,
joint is fire.
and I'm the first person to ever hold this version of it. I retired the old version. I'm the only person to ever hold this one. Nobody. So hopefully Clay Williams can try to take it tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see how that works out though.
Oh, we got a title match coming up tomorrow. Hey, real quick,
Tomorrow.
is y'all stuff is it visible on YouTube or is it recorded and then they put it on YouTube later?
It's recorded and it's put on YouTube later. Like only one show a month, which is called the Hysteria that you read. That is the show. Like tomorrow is a Hysteria, so it'll be on YouTube.
Okay.
Live on YouTube or just put on YouTube after it's done?
No, no, like I'm trying to get them to go. Like I'm trying to get them to actually start doing some live stuff. So maybe we'll get there one day, but we'll see. But I will always take the clips and then like they can still see basically what the match looked like on my TikTok. So
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, we'll be looking out for that. So tomorrow, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Tomorrow, Mr. Willie Finesse is going up against Clay Williams.
Williams, yeah, the top of the card. You talking about the top of the card, but I'm the one with this. How are you the top of the card? Terrible nickname, but hey.
There's, I mean, he proved that's a point right there. Like how you top of the card, but I got the title that says I'm the top of the card.
And I beat you for it. Like crazy.
Straight like that. So
Mhm.
y'all be on the lookout for the match to pop up on YouTube. Y'all look out for highlights on social media and Willie, you mind giving out your socials for everybody so they can find you?
I'm Willie Finesse everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, except Instagram. I'm the hit maker or the underscore hitmaker, something. One of those something. You'll find me. I promise. I'm not that hard to find. But yeah, I'm mainly on TikTok. That's where I like to spend my time and waste my time at, on TikTok and Facebook. So hey man, y'all want to see me beat the brakes off some of these people, man? Hey, come follow.
And y'all heard him. He's live Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time on the TikTok. So make sure y'all look him up on the TikToks.
Do you have two pages, or you just have one page on
Yes,
Facebook?
one was an old page. You just sent a request. I just seen it, and that's on my real page because my real page is everything's public, so like everything would be up to date.
Okay, okay. So the one I just followed, that's your real page. Okay, all right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The one with 119K, right? Is your real
Now
page?
that's on TikTok. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I only got one page on TikTok besides our podcast page, but like, yeah, I only got just Willie Finesse on TikTok. Even though there's some fake me's around there, but they clearly ain't got that many followers. So
So what were you talking about, Bars? That Instagram?
Now I'm talking about
Facebook,
Facebook.
huge Facebook.
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, everything's public on there. So like you will see stuff that I shared today from WWA and stuff. That's how you know. That's the one.
Okay. So I'm gonna tag you in this the interview. I'm gonna tag you in that real quick. So
Yeah, that way I can share. We can run these follows up and then you get y'all, you know what I'm saying? Bring my people to y'all channels and stuff. Keep y'all pushing too.
So which one is the real page? The one that says Willie Finesse or the one that says Will Finesse?
No, there ain't no Will Finesse. I don't know who that is, but Willie
There's one
Finesse
that
should be
says
like,
Will Finesse.
I don't even know. I wonder what my profile picture on that account. I'm probably holding the belt. I'm sure I'm holding this
no,
belt in
the
the
one the
picture.
one I just followed is the one that you holding the belt.
That's me. If I'm holding the belt like holding it out, that's me.
Okay. Well, so this is the question that we always in the show on. If you can see anybody, I found you. Add friend. Bam. Hopefully that went through. Yeah, there it is. If you could see anybody on the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle podcast, who would it be? But Willie Finesse has to help us get that person on the show.
Oh, shoot, what's up there? Either Javon Evans, if y'all already had these people, then Javon Evans or Leo Rush for sure, or R Truth for sure.
You can help us get them on the show?
I might got a little, I might got a little motion. I might got a little, I might know a little something, man.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Oh, you thought I was going to just say some regular independent people? I mean, I could
That's
do
what I
that too,
thought
but
you was gonna
those are the
say.
people that I would. Those are the people that I would use what I got to. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I love to support my people, bro. All I want to do is see my people eat. I want us all to eat. There's a table we can all eat at, bro. As long as they know, but like people, like a lot of people are greedy. A lot of people, I ain't like that, bro. I'm gonna share my wealth every time, bro, because the more black people, the better. The more black people to talk about wrestling, y'all make me feel like I'm $1 million here. So
Nah, in our eyes, every wrestler that comes on this show is $1 million. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is a tough, grizzled sport, and only the
I ain't
strong
arguing.
survive. Only the strong survive. So we definitely feel like all the athletes that come on our show is $1 million, and we going to treat it as such. You know what I'm saying? That's why we put the effort in to do the promotions, to add this and add that, because we want the wrestlers to feel special. We want them to feel wanted. You know what I'm saying? We don't just do the basic just interviews here and there. No, we add all the nooks and crannies to that. So, we take pride in that. We take pride in that.
Nah, y'all some goats, man, for real.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Appreciate you. And again, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, from being a father to, you know, dealing with some health issues to being a professional wrestler, just to take a couple of hours out of your night just to come on here and speak with us. It is much appreciated.
I mean, come on, man. Anytime y'all hit me up, man, we in here, man. I'm gonna click this camera. We gonna click this mic on, plug this AirPod in, and we gonna go to work, bro. Every time. And this good. Then the next interview gonna be better than this one. Watch.
Let's make it happen then.
Let's make it.
Shoot.
Whenever.
Shoot.
But
We do
we
we
go.
do a
We gonna
monthly
work though.
show.
We go.
We do a monthly show where it's called the State of Professional Wrestling. And we typically like to have like content creators come on and talk about it. But not only are you a professional wrestler, as you've already stated, you also a content creator. So I would like to set up a time. I'll have to send you an email or something, setting up a time for you to come on as a content creator to do State of Professional Wrestling with us.
No, that'd be dope, bro. And I plus I got some there's some other black content creators. If y'all don't like my brother 215, my boy 1KG Pocket. Like I know a lot. I know a lot of these people. And there's people that like Joseph. I don't know if y'all know Joseph.
Yeah, I know Joseph.
You know Joseph, like people like
Yeah,
that,
I know
man.
Joseph. I know
Yeah,
Pocket.
yeah. Pocket, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my
Oh,
dog right there. So
I've been needing
yeah,
to hit
man.
Joseph up about coming on the show too, because I don't know if you've been seeing his stuff, but he been getting at somebody on TikTok.
Boy, But and I love how he do the Black History facts. The way he is so smart. Dude
Yeah,
is smart, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He know
yeah,
how to make
G.
content, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he like to throw that G in there. G, talking about some G. I don't know if you saw that one dude, the one little white boy that he was getting after and making these
Did he post a
videos.
picture of him?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph been getting after him.
Uh,
Shout out to Joseph though, for real,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he be
Joseph is
he
for
dope,
getting
sure.
man.
after.
Joseph is dope. He really breaks down a lot of stuff about wrestling. He breaks it down for real, for real. So
I got an
Oh,
idea,
for
Bar.
sure.
I got an idea.
mm-hmm.
I'll reach out to Joseph. Willie already said he would do it. I'll reach out to Joseph. Maybe we can get Joseph and Willie on the State of Professional Wrestling. How that
I'm with it.
sound?
I'm with it. I'm with it.
I
Let's
do
do
it,
it.
man. Just know I do it, man.
Let's do
Anything
it.
y'all need from your boy, I got you, bro. Even if you just need me to try to reach out to other people, bro, I do it, bro. Anything for anybody that look like this, man. Not just light skin either. Not just somebody who closed the refrigerator with their hip. All right, just all
He ain't
black
gonna let.
people, man. All black people, all black people.
Yeah,
Yo.
heck yeah. Oh my god. I'm gonna hit up Joseph tomorrow, see if we can set some up.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I got nothing else. Go ahead
Um,
and close us out, Bars.
All right. So with that being said, we appreciate the WWA World Champion for stepping in the building with us, Willie Finesse, for grazing his presence on the show. We appreciate everything. He has a match tomorrow defending that title. And he will be back on the show with that title. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate him coming through on the show. We're grateful and we're honored to have you. Of course, this is not going to be your last time being on the show with us. We hope y'all enjoyed the show. We will be back again for another episode of Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got a lot more interviews coming up. It's your boy, Bars Wrestling Media, and the Southern King, Darkwing. Salute, Dub. Willie Finesse. We'll be back with another one. Deuces.
Yo,
Robert Mason here, and the fire in this arena is unreal.
And I'm Molly Finwick. We are the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle commentary team, bringing nonstop action. And that wraps up another explosive edition of the podcast. Join us next week as the road to the championship continues.
This is the Ring Ropes and Turnbuckle Podcast, your home for real pro wrestling talk.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, we the champs. Thanks for listening. We gone.